Did. Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another AAA meeting. I am your host, Sinatra Says. As usual, with me is my co-host, Polydub.
Yeah. Hello.
You want to take two of that?
Well, I just, no.
What's going on?
Organic that way.
How we doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Yourself?
Oh, I'm okay. Not too bad. Why no Drunkle? He actually just texted like 15 minutes before the show started, and I just saw it, that he's going to be running a little late. So he'll be here soon, hopefully. Stop being sick, Otter. Damn it. Sounds like a different way of saying God damn it. Otter, damn it.
Let's deify otters. Why not? They're my spiritual animal. It works
May as
somehow.
well.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell, why my throat's not at its best today. We'll see if it clears up as time goes on.
Sounds like allergies.
Could easily be. Some years, yes. Some years, no. I don't know. There's something out there growing.
It's my wiener.
What?
My wiener.
Yeah. My wiener. Sure.
So Drunkle is being Drunkle. I mean, yes. He'll be here eventually. He said he's on the bus. If the bus takes him to his house or to the bar is yet to be seen. So, Polly, we gotta figure out what's going on. What is to somebody who is
put barbecue on the jalapenos.
All right, let's go through these. Let me replay this for Fastonia.
Nice. Ah, Fastonia, why?
Sin getting started early. This one's for Shiru Gospel. Shiru, Fastonia's out there looking out for you. And Lamented died, so guess who almost fainted during Shrugs today? What's on the menu? We have a veritable buffet of stuff to look at today. So I talked about this a little bit on Tuesday. I am avoiding the shit out of that shooter from earlier this week.
Okay.
The they them shooter, because the whole thing to me just smells like strike and ban bait. So I'm avoiding
unreasonable.
I'm avoiding talking about the shooter. That being said,
that's
we have
the word the New York Times and the Washington Post have chosen to use, the shooter.
Well,
so,
that's going to be partly what we get into is the mainstream media and people's response to it. That is what we're going to look at, because it is fucking disgusting and insane. Why do you think the stream goal for this one is the sympathizing MSM?
And in terms of their coverage, like the about face that could break an ankle?
Oh God, we have like at least a score of articles where the headline is, "Oh, the poor shooter."
Yeah.
So that's on the menu. We have
on a quick question here, related. Do you have the ABC anchor who found out at the time and both mentioned the shooter and the climate in the state immediately after? Do you have that clip?
I do not, but if you have it, I could throw it in.
I will go find it. I'll go find it, because it'll fit right in, and it's gloriously evil. It's great.
Yeah, I just, the whole thing reeks of strike and ban bait, but I feel like we'd be on safer ground talking about the mainstream media response to it.
Or the JQ for that matter. I mean, my God.
I know. It's that we have some of that. I have some shot and chasers. We got some climate catastrophes that is oddly only happening in red states. It's very weird. And a band playing techno with garage tools. So we got a whole bunch of fun stuff on the show tonight. But Polly, you would know more about this than I would. So explain it to me like I'm 5, because I have a rough idea what it means. What the hell does it mean for Trump to get indicted?
Like you're a 5-year-old, to decide whether or not there's going to be a trial, there has to be what's convened first, called a grand jury. A grand jury is a group of people are selected from a grand jury pool, sort of like, excuse me, jury duty in general. It's going to be your grand jury duty. Okay.
Mhm.
So the whole point is there's no defense counsel. There's no accused there. And it's the prosecutor presenting evidence towards this very large grand jury who just by a matter of simple majority has to vote that, yes, there is enough evidence here to warrant a trial. That's it. That's what an indictment is.
Oh, okay. Because everybody on Twitter was like, oh, well, Trump's going to be in jail tomorrow. They're arresting him any minute now. I'm like,
They just voted that there's going to be a trial by simple majority. Now, as you know, trials don't work that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now there's the accused is actually there, which means they have defense. Let me ask you something. If you had a group of people and you were trying to convince them of something and there was nobody there to argue against you, how hard of a time would you have?
Yeah, that'd be simple.
Yeah. And it is true that it is based on a preponderance of the evidence. It's not based on beyond a reasonable doubt. See the difference?
Yeah.
I'm still talking to you like you're a 5-year-old, so I'm not, it's...
This is more of a, can we get something to stick rather than we have something that is sticking.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, is there enough evidence that we should take this to trial? That's what they're asking the people that are sitting in the grand jury box. Is there enough evidence to support a trial? They don't think they're sending anyone to jail. They're just like, let's have this out in court with a full trial, with the full evidence on display and the experts called, et cetera, to see if there's a trial. And there's a really old joke that's been, you could indict a ham sandwich.
I saw people getting mad about that being said on Twitter yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, people kept saying, oh, a fucking ham sandwich, how original. Why don't you just say you don't want Trump to go to jail? It's like, well, did he do something to go to jail for?
Well, it's not about Trump. It's about the indictment process. And I'm not trying to say it's bad or it's good. I'm not making a claim one way or the other. They're the ones making, the people that you say on Twitter are like, well, he's going to jail. It's like, where do you get that from? Remember, this is like, not even like the judge would have to throw, like, let's say he does go to trial, that the charges aren't dismissed beforehand, which is equally possible. All kinds of shit could happen. The charges could get reduced. I mean, this Soros-backed DA is running full tilt into stupidity.
Oh, yeah.
Good
and by
luck.
the way, that is now deemed anti-Semitic.
To say anti-Soros? Because
no, to say that something is Soros-backed is anti-Semitism.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. But I guess that you're right. I mean, that people are saying that. What do you want from me? Like, DAs have to get elected. And when your primary contributor is Soros's foundation, your primary contributor, every other contributor you have combined doesn't equal the amount of money that Soros's organization donated to your election campaign. What are you other than a, quote, Soros-backed DA?
I don't know, but I just saw some MSM reporter crying that it's anti-Semitism to point out that somebody is Soros-backed.
Okay. They seemed very worried about foreign influence a little while ago.
I seem to remember that being a large point of contention not very long ago.
Huh.
It's just interesting. Like, you just forget all about that, and then this shit is just... And then there's people on the other side saying that this is just blatant prosecution of political opponents.
Yeah.
Yes and no. What he did is like a gray area legally, as far as I'm aware. So I feel like it is partially political opponent prosecution. But on the other hand, it's probably not going to go anywhere.
Festonia, yeah, he is Hungarian. Yeah.
As far as his lineage.
Soros is, yeah. We're talking about his ethnicity. He can be any number of things and be from Hungary. Not largely. I mean, it's not an extremely diverse place by any stretch of the imagination, but are there Jews in Hungary? Oh, fuck yeah. There have been for centuries.
There might be a couple.
It's Eastern Europe. What do you expect? Yeah, of course there's some Jews there.
And everyone's like, well, this is the first...
I'm like big drums.
I'm just Mentrix, thank you for the $10. Asked a question that actually stopped me in my tracks to think about. If you don't tuck your shirt into your pants, does that mean your pants are tucked into your shirt? I'm forced to answer yes.
No.
Yes.
No, because there's nothing in your shirt holding your pants up. But
There's nothing
it is
in
your
your
pants holding
shirt?
your shirt down.
No, the point
If
of
you
tucking your
tuck-
shirt in is not to hold your shirt down. It's just to not have your shirt flipping and flopping.
Yeah, which would be down.
Okay, I would think that as holding it in, but whatever. That's
Well, you don't have
semantics.
anything in the shirt doing anything to the pants the way the pants do something to the shirt. Tucking is the verb.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's say you were one of these fruity dudes you see walking around with the extra tight shirts.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so your shirt is right up against your pants, like tight as fuck. You can see your belt line and the outline of the belt buckle and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, are your pants not tucked up under your shirt?
No, because the shirt is doing nothing to the pants. The shirt is not holding the pants up. The shirt is not holding the pants in to stop them from flippy flopping around.
I don't see why the holding became the deciding factor for you.
Because it's the verb of tucking.
No, tucking simply means underneath.
No, if you put underneath means underneath. Like,
Okay,
do you wear an undershirt?
Let me ask you this. When you tuck your kids in, is it to stop them from floating around the room, or are you simply putting them under a blanket?
No, I'm actively tucking the blanket them under the blanket.
So they won't float and flippy flop around.
They might float and flippy flop.
They might float. Your children levitate.
They can. But my point my point is that, like, if you wear a wife beater or a t-shirt under a polo, is the t-shirt tucked in under your shirt?
I would argue this. You know them Seinfeld-looking 90s guys who wore sweaters with a collared dress shirt underneath and the collar out from under the sweater? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. I would say that you are walking around with your collar untucked. And that's not to stop it from flopping around, or it's free to flop around. It's simply what's on top of what.
Maybe. That's a maybe. But anyway.
Yeah. It's just
I think the Trump indictment means absolutely nothing. It just means he will have to eventually show up to court.
Yeah. And I do agree with you that it's the legal gray area and other things like that. Well, I don't know. Honestly, that's for lawyers to really hash out. But I can tell you this. I'm persuaded to the point of being convinced that this particular DA in the locale that they're operating of has no jurisdiction of reasonable grounds, considering the feds who did have jurisdiction over this matter already did, past tense, look into this matter, proceed, think with an end goal being indictment, and decided to abandon the matter because there wasn't demonstrable proof, and it was their jurisdiction. The people who are in charge of this matter, by law, have already looked into it and moved the hell on from it. And now somebody is like, well, Trump existed here. Yeah, and?
G in the chat said, sorry I'm late. I was tucking kids in tight so they'd stop flying around the room. That's what kids do. If you don't put them in bed, they get up and they fly around the room, then they fly out of the room. Go, I need a drink. I'm thirsty.
He could make that argument. He's ethereal. Of course his children would float. They're going to phase right through the fucking sheets.
That's true. The indictment is so they can get pictures of him in handcuffs or in a courtroom to use against him in the election. That's all.
Boom. Fucking
That's not
boom.
a bad point.
No, well, that's all we've heard about. Well, okay. That's the main thing I've heard referenced on social media is the perp walk. You know what I mean? They want pictures of him in handcuffs. You know?
They want the perp walk. I think what they're trying to do is have him not be able to run next year, so they could be like, well, he has an active court case. He should be barred from running.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what quote unquote they want, but it will be a mass because who's they? The prosecutor, the people on social media. I think that there are very, very interested parties and groups in Trump's not running again, as evidenced, in my opinion, by when he was being impeached for the second time after he had already left office. Again, shaky grounds for strange procedures because it's Trump, and that somehow justifies it, right? The argument being made is we don't want him to be able to run again. We don't want him having Secret Service protection, and we don't want him taking or continue to have access to the president's daily brief, which all ex-presidents have access to that intelligence material. And it just sounds like you're trying to shut him off and shut him out, that you don't really think high crimes and misdemeanors, the impeachable offenses, are material here. This is just a great reason to make it happen. Yeah, I think there's parties like that over here too. We just want to indict him so we can block him out of the election.
I think a lot of it is just public shaming. Like Shelley said, the perp walk, that kind of shit. I think that's a huge part of it.
Agreed. Yep.
We are at war. We are at war. Wish to encourage peace among your fellow man. Sure, our government is the worst it's been in a while. The media doesn't have your best interest at heart, but that doesn't mean you can't smash the like button. A free show deserves support. That's true. Thank you, War Against Radicals. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. What I think could potentially, depending on the public response to it, be worse is Trump encouraging people to go out and protest everywhere they can for his arrest. And I cut it from the news because he got arrested, but he fundraised insane amounts of money off of this.
Yeah. Well, first things first, there's no question you can't buy this kind of support amongst your base supporters, one. And two, yeah, I agree with you. It's extremely questionable, if not outright stupid, to tell people what to do. He did before, followed by peacefully, and they indicted his ass over it. And for an uncomfortable amount of people, like uncomfortable for me amount of people, say, no, he incited a riot. My God. How many statements would somebody that you hate have to make to not sound violent if you're willing to accept that?
I think he knows kind of what he's saying when he says that. That he, like, don't be violent, don't threaten people, but he absolutely wants. What the hell was the guy's name? He was a reporter who testified at the Rittenhouse trial, and he made Kyle look bad because he kept saying Antifa extremist, anti-American, Antifa members, and shit like that. He put up a thread, and I cannot find it now. He might have deleted it, on all the different things that Trump's people sent out in emails or on text messages and shit like that, that every single one was a sign this petition and donate money. Sign this petition and donate money. It's like, okay, this is kind of a bad look.
Right.
And the push to get people to protest it's just a bad look in my opinion.
Bad look. I mean, there is the question of bad luck to whom, right? Democrats in a wide array do not. It's a bad look for AOC to do a lot of the things that she does, but she's not appealing to people that are never going to vote for her. You see what I mean? Like, is it a bad look to everybody? Well, only those people that are never going to vote for him. So does it really matter? It's like maybe Trump, like he is there's no question he's a, let's say politely, very confident man. He did beat, being impeached twice. I mean, that's going to give you a certain attitude about processes, right?
That's just in the Senate, though. He lost on the House twice, too. So we don't have the same Senate that we had then.
This is true, but I'm just talking about Trump's perception of it. Would somebody who is that self-possessed really find trouble with skirting the norms? Well, he never has in the past. Why would he now?
That's true. That's thank you. He did delete it. I can't find it. Drew Hernandez. Yeah, that was the guy. It's gone. I know I retweeted it, but it's I just think whatever he's planning on doing, he has to be very careful with how he decides to play it, because it could blow back real quick. And all it takes is one person, not even...
Fucking hell.
I forgot I had that.
Is that why it still exists? And you haven't not only deleted it, but physically burned that part of your hard drive?
Nobody in a debate is trying to convince their opponent. They're trying to convince their audience. So it doesn't matter if your argument sounds insane to your opposition. That's true. Imagine the campaign video after this. It'll look like a 90s rap video. That's true. Thank you. Boosted 300 for the 44.75. Very generous. Could have hit the 45. We could have got a John Wick out of it, but instead we had to see Ambo Lynn dancing around. Fine. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yuck. Okay. Bang. Annotated. Fake camera cat said, keep it. What does that turn you on to, like the Witcher one does? Boosted said, damn. I'm eating. Seppuku, eat it. Now we have bigger fish to fry here. This is I'm very interested to see how this plays out and what comes of it, because this could either work right in the hands of the people who are advocating this, and I can't even say the Democrats, because it's not just Democrats who want to see Trump go to jail. It's, rhino Republicans and everybody like that. But this could either blow up right in their face, or it could work 100% to their advantage. I'm destroying my house in Minecraft. Okay, good. Nobody liked your house anyway. The media lately has been just...
Be quiet! Shut up! Be quiet!
Oh, you caught it this time.
I did. Doc, Trump and Lil Pump gonna drop one of the hottest singles of the decade after this.
Shut up!
Oh, twice.
I don't think it went through twice, but it repeated twice. Thank you. Thank you, Doc. Trump and Lil Pump gonna drop one of the hottest singles of the decade after this one. I'll be looking for that one. Just get an NWA style video with Trump in handcuffs, gangstering at the camera. I'd watch that. It'll almost be as good as the one we watched last week from Afro Man.
Oh, yeah.
Slabs glitched and sent it through twice. Oh, okay. All right. Did you get charged twice? If so, I can send you the $5 back. I don't want you paying for something you didn't mean to. But we have a lot of stuff to get into, so we will jump right into it, guys. Please hit the like button, share it out on your social media. If you feel so inclined, please consider supporting the hosts who are here today. Both links are down below, and I have a whole bunch of new donations listed down below. If you're feeling angry, I can recommend... Geez, now I got it. If you're feeling angry, I can recommend the 45. That's fantastic. Or if you're feeling angry and generous, the 110 is a delicious way to go. If you're feeling angry and funny, the 44.99 is just chef's kiss. We are going to get into the news here a little bit, because
I am feeling fucking angry, but for different reasons.
Why are you angry?
Well, I'll tell you. A few people on Twitter and some other people by DMs had asked me, what the hell happened on Wednesday? And they were tweeting out after the show had not started after half an hour. It's are you just extremely late or what? Okay, here's what happened. What happened was... Yeah, there was this building and it was full of orphans. So after fighting through a group of violent jihadis, okay, that's not true.
No, but it's a good story and you should roll with it.
I should just continue. And I don't care what I had to deal with to get... jihadis are going to stop me. Actually, what happened was, with very late notice, I was voluntold that I was going to chair a Zoom meeting. And I sincerely actually did say, now I got a previous engagement. I'm sorry, I can't. He's like, were you even going to be there for that Zoom meeting? I'm like, I'm finding out that both about one, the Zoom meeting, and two, that I'm chairing it at the same time. It's like, nobody told you? And I said, no, they didn't. It's like, well, the person isn't there and it falls to you and order of precedence, which is fucking laughable. What authority did I have over anybody there? And the answer is none. That's why the meeting went on for 3 hours. There's only so many times that you can tell somebody to, okay, I think we've gone around on this point. The next item on the itinerary is, and I don't really believe that I've said everything that I want to, blah, 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 blah. Furthermore, blah, 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 blah. There were 20 people there. By the time an hour and a half had gone by, there was only 10 people there. And I would say half of them were people that just wanted to hear themselves talk. They were mad about this particular matter of their own interest and no one else's. They're all on the same contract together. And they just wanted to bitch, bitch, bitch. I did everything short of telling them to shut up. Because unless you're literally someone's boss, as in their contractor or their employer or their commanding officer, there's only so far you can go in terms of making it clear to them you want them to shut up, short of starting to yell and scream. Right. If they just have their minds set on it. So anyway, I hate that shit. And that's why I'm angry, is having to deal with people that you're being put in charge of people that you have no actual authority over. Well, that sucks. I became a fucking perfunctory person there in that Zoom meeting. And like I said, there's no point where I stopped talking. Shut up. I never stopped fucking talking, like Nick Ricada would say. I talked over them. I repeated how much more insulting could I be, Sin? I repeated their words back to them. And I said, is that what you wanted to say? Because I think we've gone already on this point. Well, I wanted to detail it a little bit more for the record. And I said, the record? Are you recording this, sir? He says, are we not allowed to? And I said, no, you're perfectly free to. I just asked you if you are, because you said for the record, so I have to assume that someone's recording this. I know I'm not. And he goes, well, what's the problem then? I said, well, I don't understand what you mean for the record. Who is it that you think that's listening?
Who is the record?
Listening? Well, that's what I mean. And I'm saying all of this to just be, you're just saying sayings at this point. I want to repeat the same thing again and again. You're venting. Jesus Christ, you're almost twice my age. When are you going to get a grip?
That's ridiculous.
So anyway, that's why I was not here on Wednesday, and I let Sin know, what, an hour maybe before the show. I apologize for the lateness of it, but IRL intruded, and I was, if it makes you feel better.
Liquor, booze.
That's how I felt, like the guy on the floor. So yeah, it was just, I was not in a better place if it makes you feel better, man. I was listening to fucking people are just really fixated on their own non-existent superiority. Steve Thomas, thank you for the $2. What's the difference between a grave robber and an archaeologist? 3 years and a degree.
Did you hear about what happened to the guy who invented the knock-knock joke?
No.
He got the Nobel Prize.
So you said something about news.
I did. Look, I'm happy with that one. But yes, guys, please caress the like button, share it out on your social media. If you tag me on Twitter, I'll retweet it. If you feel so inclined, hit up that Streamlabs. We have three McKinley packages ready to go right now if you decide to join the McKinley Club. Plus, I get to drink the custom-made McKinley juice. We have one premium comma package with a new song to go with it. If anyone decides to join the stackers, and if we fill it up, and whoever pushes us over goal, we can get a horsecock or we can get a song. It's up to you. So let's get to, and we got this, and then we got this. Mitch McConnell is facing early retirement after a severe concussion. After a severe concussion from a fall. Early retirement.
He'll be fine. As Fetterman has demonstrated, and for that matter, Biden has demonstrated, you could be a stalk of broccoli in a suit or a hoodie and be fine.
Have you seen the pictures of fucking Fetterman?
As of late, no.
Oh boy,
There's pictures from him in the hospital.
No, hold on.
As a quick thing, while Sin's looking for that, Fake Gamer Cat says you just have to say you have a doctor's appointment. You can't change it because of your explosive diarrhea. Now, I couldn't have said that at the time just because of whom I was talking to. It would have been like, good God, man. Like, that would have reflected on me. But I'm pocketing that shit. Pun intended. I'm going to pull that out at one time. That's going to be hilarious. We'd love to have you there. I'm sorry. I got a doctor's appointment about my explosive diarrhea. Who's going to ask any further questions? Who?
They're saying that the guy on the right is Fetterman.
After Photoshop squeezed him?
Now, people on Twitter are like, well, it's actually the focal lens of the camera that's making him look like that. No, focal lens doesn't give you a crooked nose or change your skull shape. Like, that's just not Fetterman. And I am the last person to believe the body double conspiracy theory. I have never once in my life thought that was true. This doesn't even look like him.
I kind of want to take both those photos and stretch the one on the right over top of the one on the left, or find one that is a Fetterman while he's running where his head's at the same angle and see what's what. You know?
Like, that, at least to me, it doesn't even have the fucking Neanderthal forehead.
Yeah. But there could be, like, he's got light from above him on the left showing off his Neanderthal bulge. Or he doesn't really have that. The light's from definitely his right and below on the right.
I mean, it could be him, but I don't believe it.
You know what's funny? You say you don't believe in the body double conspiracy theory. You mean generally?
Don't do that.
I haven't seen anything to convince me.
I would strongly recommend, just for fun, man, and the interest of it, look into Saddam Hussein's body doubles, which is really real. How many?
Yeah, no,
of
those
them?
were real, and so was Uday and Hussein.
I'm sorry, who?
His kids, isn't it?
Oh, Uday and Kusei. Yeah.
Kusei, that's what it was.
Yep. Their body doubles were hilariously bad when you look at pictures of them. Like, it's so clear that that's not Saddam. But it doesn't matter. Well, it's a guy with a mustache and a beret. It's Saddam, if you know what I mean. And the amount of them that got blown the fuck up, like, it's a great, long, really entertaining story of what a tin-plated Arab, well, not Arab, tin-plated wannabe Persian king dictator does.
Zed said even the beard looks wrong. Yeah. Shelly said his chin is like 2 inches longer. Now, that is stuff that you can achieve through focal length or whatever. But I don't know. To me, this just doesn't look like him.
Is the one on the right supposedly recent from the hospital? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. But you know what I do see? You see what I did there, Deucey? I see a bottle up on my shelf of old Rip Van Winkle 10-year. And
good choice. Stay away from the 20.
That, my friends, plural, all of you in the chat, is my next Kama juice bottle. I was on TikTok the other day, and there's a dude I follow gave a review on it, and he said it's fucking amazing. And I was like, the old Rip, yeah. And he said it's
me and my friends just joke around, call it Rumpelstiltskin, just because.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry, son. So sorry, mate.
And I was like, I have this bottle on my shelf. He said, pop it right now, pop the bottle. So I'm like, okay, I will pop it on a comma next time if one comes in. That is when that one will get popped. So that is what that bottle, its sole purpose for existing right now. What's up, Drunksley?
Hey, dude. Oh, I'm ever so sorry, mate. Fucking tonight took the piss, man. Here's a question for you, Polly. If someone owes you money, should you have to go and get it, or should they come to you?
It depends.
Yeah, it does depend. If you have to go get it from them, you are well within your rights to make a fucking issue out of it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like you've been wronged. Do whatever you got to do to get your money, especially if it's a significant amount. But once you get it from them and you've had to go to them, yeah, make an issue out of it when you see them. And for God's sake, let that guide your actions in the future.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. No, I
You
said
know
to
what I
the I go, that's it. You ain't fucking getting any more. It's just a total. I'm sorry. I'm annoyed. It's a total hassle. How you boys doing? All right?
Not too bad. But anyway, Mitch McConnell is facing early retirement from the concussion. Early retirement. Mitch McConnell is 81 years old.
What happened? How did he get a concussion?
He fell because he's 80 fucking 1 years old.
I think at 81, actually, you don't fall. You have a fall.
Yeah, I think that's the delineation. At 81, you had a fall.
Yeah.
Early retirement at 81. Like, that's retirement.
Thing is, though, if you're getting paid as much as he gets paid, you'd hang in there for a couple more years, wouldn't you?
Oh, Boosted took Stream Boss with his dono. Let's get you some confetti on that. Thank you, Boosted. When gravity attacks. Oh, yeah, grab him.
Lamented Guy, thank you for the $3. A man from ancient Greece goes to a tailor for his torn pants. Tailor asks, Euripides? The man answers, yeah. Eumenides?
That was all right. That was all right.
I just didn't expect Lamented Guy to be coming with ancient Greek humor. Okay, all right, cool. I'm okay with this.
You expect the unexpected from a guide.
Right.
We did an entire D&D session, not session, campaign with Lamented Guide. And I swear, even to this day, you cannot convince me that he wasn't doing it on purpose. He'd be getting into it. Then he'd go to the most important part. He'd be like, okay, so you're creeping through the alleyway. You hear a sound off to the back end. And his mic would just cut out.
Oh, God, yeah. Fucking hell. Oh, man, the guy was a master of suspense. Of course, the most famous part of that campaign was the music, wasn't it? Na 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 na.
Yeah, the music was pretty good. But you would be at the pinnacle of the story that he was trying to tell. You're creeping through and you hear a sound. You look over and over Sanute's shoulder.
What
do you do?
Completely accurate.
What happened?
I guess you don't have my notifications turned on, do you?
I should.
Or do you now?
Now I do.
Okay, cool.
You wouldn't get away with it here. You shouldn't get away with it at home.
Estonia!
Drunkle. If you have to go get it, take a hammer with you. Love you. No homo.
Maybe some homo. No, it was fine, dude. It wasn't, it was just money that was owed, and it was just like, if you want it, then you're gonna, come and get it. And it was across the other side of the city, and it just seems like a manners thing. If I owed someone money, I would go and drop it off.
Yeah, that's the polite thing
me.
to do.
Yeah. But
I've got a money lending story for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So Shelly and I, we have a really good friend, and she was going through a very hard time. She lost one of her jobs, and she's a good person. So she came to us one day and was like, "Hey, I need $150 so I can make my rent this month. Is there any way I can borrow it?" And I was like, "You want to just split it? We'll do 75 and 75, help her get through the month." She said she'll pay us back. Now, I'm not expecting it right around the way, but she said she'll get it to us. And this was 3-4 months ago. And she has not paid it back. I haven't asked her about it.
Yeah.
But we were at the bar with her. Shelly and I were at the bar, and she happened to show up. And she was playing the lottery machine, $5 at a go. And I watched her go back and forth 10 times. I'm like, that's interesting. I didn't say anything, but it's I see what you're doing. I see you.
Raising an eyebrow,
Yeah. But the thing that got me about the whole thing was pull tabs. No, it's not pull tabs. She was playing the Keno machine. The thing that got me was
good God. All right.
I
just had to say exactly the same thing, Polly.
You just texturized the entire proceeding. It's okay, now I get it. It's like you just turned the rendering on. I get it now. Okay, go on.
No, I am a big fan of Keno, but that's neither here nor there. But if I don't have money, I don't play it. I haven't played Keno in a year. I love Keno. I haven't played it in a while. I'll play Lucky One every now and then. But anyway, she came up and she's like, "Do you have a $5 bill I can borrow?" And I don't know if I like made a look or said something, and she was like, "Oh yeah, never mind," and just walked away. And I was like, "Bitch, what?"
It's just
Not good.
rude. End of the day, isn't it?
It is. It is rude.
You've done someone a favor. That's what it is. You know, you're not adding interest on or anything like that. There's no monetary gain to be had here. You are helping out a friend. Just like you should get on the bus and come and give it to me as a thank you for me putting myself out and lending you this fucking money. Also, look, if I shouldn't have to be fucking chasing people. I shouldn't have to be fucking making phone calls, sending text messages. Do you have the money you owe me? You should be fucking chasing me up. Even if you don't have it, you should still be, at the very least, a text message saying, sorry, I don't have it right now. That would be fine. But the moment I have to fucking contact you to say, do you have it? You're already in my bad fucking graces, and I'm not lending you that money again.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to go. And I'm not gonna bug her. I'll wait maybe a month before I just go, hey, do you happen to have anything that you could put toward it? But I'm not gonna bug her. I'm not gonna say anything. It's just like, okay, I see you. Like you're sitting at my table. I see you coming back with these fucking Keno tickets.
You know what the thing kills me about that is like, unless you're dealing with a mafia associated lending shark, like straight up, or the IRS, most normal people.
Same thing.
Well, fair enough. If you like, I owe you money, Sin, and so like I call you up and I say, hey, listen, I know I owe you $100. I don't have it, but I got this. I got this $25. Like, let me come drop that off. You're like, no, give it all to me when you got it. And it's like, whatever. You'd be amazed how far that goes to make a reasonable person happy. You'd be fucking amazed. And I know because I've been on the other end of it. So we will just show up. You at your place? Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to stop by for a second. I'm like, all right. And they show up with like a third of what they owe me. And I was like, oh man, you can just pay me all. When most people say that, they refuse. And it's like, no. Just like, nothing's worse than dodging someone. Don't fucking dodge them, man.
And the avoidance. That's just the insult on top of everything, you know?
Yeah. And I was excuse me. I was talking to Shelly. I'm like, if she was just like, yeah, I'll give you, I have 100. I'd be like, you know what? That's fine. You give me the 100. We'll call it square. But it hasn't even been that attempt.
Yeah. I mean, dude, some people are really good at it, Like, there's a mate of mine, I lent him a couple of $100 because he was due to start work, but he had to start work, and then he has like a month before he gets paid. So he just needed a couple of $100 to get him by for the month. Absolutely no fucking problem. He phones me up out of nowhere and goes, mate, thank you so much. He goes, you have been fucking amazing. You're brilliant. I don't have it just yet. Is that okay? Like, mate, yeah, no. Make sure you're all good first. Pay it back. But I appreciate the fucking... He came out of the blue, out of nowhere, and said, thank you so much, but I don't have it. He contacted me. Now, for that, I'm just like, mate, fucking take another couple of months if you want, As the bastard as well. He just went, oh, no, you've been so good to me recently, mate. You've really helped me out every time. You're like my best mate. And then he went, well, yeah, top 5. Oh, you fucking cunt.
But I will say, to her credit, she did offer to come do some work like a month after she did it. She's like, can I clean your studio? Can I do anything like that? Because it was right when my shelf fell and that whole thing happened. And she's like, I can help you clean up, do any of that stuff. I'm like, it's all right. I got it. And she offered to help.
We will take Jerusalem. Deus Vult, Deus Vult, Deus Vult, Deus Vult, Deus Vult.
She offered to help do that kind of stuff, but I had already had a woman who I don't have an internet name for yet listening help me with it. She also helps me record my Spicyuusy videos. And tomorrow, her man, me, Shelly, and our friend are recording the Sexy Science Theater here in the studio. So if you're not subscribed to my OnlyFans, you should go follow that.
Glad you told me that. I'll walk in your studio without a hazmat suit now.
Not it's okay. I cleaned the studio. Why did anybody why did nobody go to the Hobbiton fish fry?
I'd go to a
Lovely.
fish fry. Where's Hobbiton?
They had the worst
Shire,
Shire
dude.
sauce.
There you go.
Thank you, Rectum.
fire! This man isn't black! What?
Ventrex for 10.
Since Earth is the third planet from the sun, doesn't that make every country a third world country?
No.
I was okay with that.
Tonight, guys.
I was okay with that. That was good.
Thank you, Ventrex.
JK
I'm loving this.
JK just sent something over that we're going to look at real quick because this is happening now. It is not the storm that's going to happen that is on my OnlyFans, which you should go subscribe to right now. It's free, too. You just go subscribe for free. There is a mass casualty incident. Jesus Christ. That has been declared after an extremely large violent tornado touched down near Little Rock. People are being taken to the hospitals in cop cars. Holy fuck. It's moving toward Memphis. Look
into
at
that
this.
Heights area.
I'm going to zoom in on it, Barry, see if we see debris. So stay with that image.
Oh, boy.
I want
Holy
everybody
shit.
at Channel 7, get ready to
That
take
looks
action.
like the sky
but don't
behind
just
Sarah
yet.
Connor when she was driving into the desert.
All right,
We
we're
have
losing
angered the
electricity.
gods.
Are we still on the air?
We
Okay, I
may
see
have gone
power
to
flashes.
generator
It's on the
power.
ground. It's on the ground. I saw power flashes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
I
we're
think
on
we are
backup
on
generator.
generator power now, and I hope we are still broadcasting. And but it is, folks, it's Foxcroft Road, moving right up into the Heights right now.
Okay.
This is a large tornado. Debris signature with
Large is huge.
Yeah, huge. Wait, something is hurting a lot of people outside of Ohio.
it. Park, it appears right now.
It's on the ground. I don't see
If you look really closely right here on the top of this building at the bottom left-hand corner, you can see Luna standing on top of it, flipping it off.
power flashes yet.
Firing a Glock.
But it's on the ground doing damage. We're right there by those white buildings.
That is fucking huge.
Terrified, man.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I think they may have issued a tornado emergency.
Yep, tornado emergency for Little Rock going
Yeah, no
over into
shit.
North Little Rock right now. Again, we're continuing to follow this.
Yeah, it is. It's moving right. Well, it's not very far from us at all right here, right now.
It's right by the building.
Dude, that is moving fast as
I
well.
think-
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Todd, it's right over the Burns Park area there.
Yep.
It will be coming into the North Little Rock area.
Lakewood, North Little Rock, take cover now. Sherwood, take cover now.
Holy shit. Be safe out
Wow.
there, guys.
No
That's what
shit.
you don't want to hear. The area you live in, take cover now. Good God.
God bless. Is all that a tornado? I think so. It looks like heavy rain with a tornado right in the fucking middle of it. Wow. Yeah, guys, if you're out in that way, be safe. Jesus. Go to your basement or a room with no windows. Hide under your fucking bed. Tape some fucking weights to your ankles. Do something.
Duck and cover.
Duck and cover. Speaking of duck and cover, nice.
All right.
Look at the uranium-based ammo the UK will send to Ukraine. Holy shit.
Yeah. Looks a little. That's 4 lightsabers on the ground.
Those are lightsabers.
And I mean, the tip of it looks like a dog's penis. It's depleted uranium from power plants, isn't it?
Most
it still
likely.
has a
but
use.
Sure. I mean, it's
Depleted
extremely heavy,
uranium.
you know, or dense.
Take
rather.
that, Greta.
That is.
We use all of the animal here.
Has there been another conflict? I'm not saying war, just generalized conflict, where one side, Ukraine, in this example, was receiving tech and amount of arms so beyond their own ability to provide for themselves?
I would say the North Korea South Korea war, which was, I mean, just
Maybe,
like this,
yeah.
proxy war as well. You know, it was America and Russia backing up both sides.
Yeah.
I think in like the fun and games and Bush wars of the Cold War, and it's like no,
It's
even
the fun war.
Alcohol, liquor, booze.
C. Thomas, thank you for the $2. Yet, like tomatoes is why I prefer tornadoes. Wow, that was a bad misread. Okay, shit like tornadoes is why I prefer to live in a bunker or just underground.
But then floods.
I'm sorry, who sent that one? I wasn't paying attention.
C. Thomas.
Ah.
Then floods are just going to cause a bigger issue than.
Fun and Games is a Drunkles is a nickname that I really get I get a kick out of it. It's a general reference term to the CIA military covert ops and clandestine ops during the Cold War.
The footage on TWC is something else. I don't know what TWC is.
The Weather
The
Channel?
Learning Channel.
Oh, it might be the Weather Channel. I'm not sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
even they would only hook them up with endless amounts of Kalashnikovs and weaponry and training. For the most part. Yeah, there were exceptions where they went beyond that with Stinger missiles and shit like that. But I mean, this is well beyond Stingers. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah. No, you're giving them depleted uranium. What?
Tanks.
Do they need more fucking uranium in their backyard?
Here's the thing. I don't think this should even be. If you're not willing to fire these off, during a fucking police standoff, because it's depleted uranium, it's going to fuck up the ground for a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not willing to use it on your own people, then you shouldn't be willing to use it on other people.
And, honestly, I am not by any means a Russian sympathizer, but I'm starting to understand why Russia is getting so fucking mad that everyone is like, here's our top tech, here's uranium, here's 130 fucking billion dollars.
They recently approached North Korea asking, I think they said they're willing to do an arms for food exchange with North Korea. They went to China as well and asked for weapons. China didn't do it, so now they've been moving some nuclear weapons over to Belarus, which is the capital of Minsk.
If I were in Putin's shoes, would I trade one atomic tech for weaponry to use in theater? Yes. Yeah. So if they end up using it, well, it'll be on them, not me. And they're willing, and they would be willing to pay hundreds of millions for it, because how else are they going to get it? Sure, I would. So, I mean, does that not present its own proliferation problem? Yeah, what the fuck does Biden care?
To think all of this was just started because Ukraine shut off Russian water that they were supplying. Everyone seems to have forgotten that. Shelley in the chat didn't. If Ukraine would have just let Russia have water back for Crimea, none of this would have happened. Again, I'm not a huge conspiracy guy, but they did that because they were allowed to do that.
Wasn't there a whole NATO thing as well? Like they were
alcohol, liquor, booze.
Ukraine is still not part of NATO.
No, but there was going for the application or something.
Yes.
Like that. They were going, we're going to join NATO. Well, we're going to try to join NATO. And Russia went, if you do, we're going to fuck you up.
And I think you can understand why. Because let's say, for the sake of argument, in some crazy parallel world, they were accepted. Zelensky would be there in New York the moment the fucking ink on the signature page was dry to say, under Article 5, we demand that all NATO allies come to bear. Like one member's attack, they're all attacked under Article 5. So therefore, it won't just be the United States. It'll be every other NATO. Send us arms and weaponry and soldiers now. I mean, the fucker couldn't even stay away from the Oscars and the fucking World Cup.
Oh,
or no, was it FIFA? I forget.
It was the FIFA World Cup. No, it was the Euros. Yeah, thank fuck they both turned him down. Well, like Christ.
Well, it's obvious why he wants it. It's not, I think this will help with our diplomacy and our international efforts to forward ourselves in the world. No. They just want to be able to bring in, like, America's being our bitch right now. Why aren't all you guys? And same with the UK. Come on, get in line. Rest of Europe.
Oh, no, we're their bitch as well. Don't you know?
Yeah, it says the UK is sending this to them.
And a shit ton of Challenger tanks.
Ah, fucking insanity. They might as well be part of NATO.
Yeah, can we just mention on a side note how extremely impressed I always have been with a Stinger missile?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with a properly trained guy who knows how to use it. It's a one-man device that's capable of bringing down an armored gunship.
It's like John
That's
Wick with a 45.
Yeah, right. No, but I mean, it is like it's a fictional level of power for one dude to have. Like that's amazing. Like, and it works. Oh yeah, it works very well. It's a shockingly effective piece of tech. Whew. I mean, there's a reason civilians no. They're a big no. I mean, there's very, very few things that are capable of defense around a guy with a Stinger missile rather. It's fucking impressive. Anyway.
Well, I know you're going no to civilians, but I'm just saying that, you know, if every civilian had a Stinger missile, there'd be no fucking crime anymore.
Yeah. But I would be more worried about, like, my first concern would be, we won't get into that. Back to the news. Sinatra.
Everyone gets one, but you only get one. Once you've used it, that's it. It's gone.
Right. There are no magazines for Stinger missiles. It's a one-use item.
Is it a magazine or a clip?
Yes. We have over 200 people watching and less than 100 likes, which is shitty math. Guys, smash the like button, share it out if you feel so inclined. Please hit up the slabs. All the fun shit I mentioned before for the heavy rollers is still in effect. But Drunkle needs to be limes because he was late.
Fair.
He can be sent right.
I'll take that.
He can be sent right to turnips for a John Wick or 25 per evolution. Now let's keep it moving.
You don't want to turnip this guy. They wouldn't dare sin.
It's good that we talked about Zelensky there. Ted Nugent calls Zelensky a homosexual weirdo at Waco Trump rally.
I know. Ted Nugent is that fucking crazy, but that's funny.
But he's like, I didn't call him a homosexual weirdo. He is a homosexual weirdo.
What bit are people annoyed about? Is it the homosexual? Is it the weirdo? Or is it the homosexual weirdo?
It's got to be the homosexual. It's probably the fact that he said it about Zelensky, honestly.
I legitimately think someone could call Hitler a homosexual weirdo and people would take issue with it because of the homosexual. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
Probably. That's not bad.
Like as a sneak peek, the shooter. Think about that for a second. The people rising to the defense of the shooter.
And we will get into all of that here. Ant-Man 3 bombed at the box office. I'm not surprised. I heard the movie was fucking awful.
Dude, it sucked.
Yeah.
And it was just like Marvel editing they're editing movies like we won't notice when, you know, they put a fucking voiceover over the top. They went, oh shit, this doesn't make sense anymore. So it's like fucking his daughter there, and she's like, oh, she's giving a little twirl in her suit, and they cut that because they just needed her on screen while they had fucking Paul Rudd say something in a voiceover, acting like he was actually saying that in the scene as well. I fucking noticed it, and yet keeping other bits as well. Like she fucking returns from being big, spoilers, and she goes like, oh, I'm really hungry. He's like, yeah, that does happen. And she went, I really want citrus. And he's like, yeah, I know, like limes. And she just went, limes. And passes out. And I'm like, why the fuck did they keep that in? That did nothing for the rest of the film. Unless
but you know what limes could do?
Well, they could turn into turnips.
You could turn Drunkle into limes or turnips.
It was such a shit fucking movie. And nothing really happened. It was terrible.
But this is a headline that said the movie bombed, right? But it earned $500,000.
That's not a lot.
$500,000. John Wick is doing super well. I want to see John Wick so fucking bad.
I think there's also like a lot of people have superhero fatigue now as well.
I saw Multiverse of Madness just because I like Doctor Strange in the theater, and that I hated it. It was bad. The story made no fucking sense.
Nothing really happened in the grand scheme of things as well. Like everything went back to normal at the end of it, you know, except now we know about the multiverse.
No, Wanda's dead.
She ain't dead.
I'm like 90% sure she died at the end of it.
I found out what a dino is, Drunkle.
It's short for dinosaur.
Yes.
Do you know Martin?
Well, the one and only.
James Dino?
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the rebel, but equally Dino.
Yeah, if only he had a cause.
A TikToker killed in car crash days after posting about not getting in an accident. So we're going to talk about shit. We're going to talk about shit headlines here real quick. This is a shit and misleading headline. I know it's shocking that the media would deceive you, but she got hit by a drunk driver.
Oh. I mean, that should have been the headline, really. Like,
Yeah, not TikToker killed in car crash days after boasting about the first worm of
God
the summer.
damn it.
Fit to be tied right now, but this cheers me up. There you go. Thank you very much, Shiru.
Why do I always watch?
That's a good damn question. Why do you?
I actually put my drink down to watch it.
And it's
Why?
funny that the other wormy Slurpee has been completely forgotten about.
Another one.
Yeah, what are you doing in
I
my
think we should
driveway,
forget about
scumbag? Yeah, the 1301. It's another wormy. But yeah, no, she was not killed in a car accident. She's a young girl, too, 18. Was hit by a drunk driver, and that is what killed her.
Yeah, it's not the same thing, like, at all.
Certainly not. No.
It's not even close to the same thing.
That's just shitty journalism. And quite insulting as well to the family of the poor girl.
Yeah, if I was the family, I would be fucking angry. That's that's rude.
What happened to the driver? Do we know?
I don't think it says. March 17th was the crash.
That's the kind of thing you should be reporting on, New York Post. Not her fucking TikTok.
Yeah, it doesn't mention the driver. Not that I can see.
No, I hope his life in jail, mate. There's no excuse for fucking drunk driving.
Valine sent this one in earlier, but it's pretty good that it popped up here. Male powerlifter enters women events, breaks record.
Oh, no
also
shit.
has a beard.
Yes.
God damn it. Look, if the guy's doing it ironically, like maybe to draw attention to the bullshit surrounding this, then
Look it
fair
up.
play.
He did it in protest. Yeah, but keep this in mind. We're going to come back to this. Justin Trudeau just shut down debate over online censorship bill in effort to expedite the final vote. So if you don't know what this is, Bill C-11 is going through in Canada. And it's basically the Canadian government has carte blanche to take anything off the internet that they deem, quote, not Canadian enough, end quote.
That's scary.
Especially because it, that judgment is within their purview, not anyone else's.
Yeah.
So let's say that they're talking about there are only two genders. Well, that doesn't reflect Canadian values. Bang, gone.
Right to jail.
Yeah.
Well, if passed, C-11 would regulate streaming platforms by promoting financially stuff toward the creation and promotion of Canadian content.
What's that? VPN spike in purchasing.
Oh, but then they'll probably make it illegal to have a VPN.
It's funny that you mention that.
No shit.
Really?
Because in the bill that America is trying to pass right now, which is our version of C-11, VPNs would be illegal with up to 20 years in jail.
Fuck.
And or up to $1 million in fines.
Jesus Christ.
This is from the Restrict Act, also known as the Ban TikTok Act. It will allow the government to access every device that you have. Every device. Your Ring, your security cameras in your house, your Alexa, your Amazon, your smartphone. It will be able to access all of these. And if you own a VPN to try to hide or to get around this information, you could face up to 20 years in jail or $1 million in fines.
20 years in... Jesus Christ. You don't get that much
Just a
for
little
rape.
extreme. Actually, you don't. It's a touch extreme.
But they are couching this in a bill. It is hidden right in a bill to ban TikTok.
Dude, that's terrifying. Land of the free.
Like, it's in the name. It's called the Restrict Act because it's just restricting all of your freedom.
Shut up!
Fuck, 3 for 3, bro.
Yeah, they're not even fucking dancing around that, are they? Just straight up called it the Restrict Act.
We had a impromptu debate, fairly competently moderated by Drunkle.
It was. Oh, well, thank you very much. Yeah, I just wanted to be involved.
It was, and I think good points were traded back and forth. And you asked, was my position based on, yes, TikTok should be restricted? Is it based on national security concerns? Yes. I'll add a question of my own. Is there anything that would change my mind about it? Yes, this.
This, yeah, right.
Well,
no, I just you put something in completely unrelated to it that, like, it's freedom for Americans, not freedom in general, right? This is destructive to those freedoms, so therefore no longer in favor because you paper-clipped this to it.
It took a nasty left turn.
How does this fare with what we talked about the other day? There's no evidence that TikTok is a national security threat. No evidence for any reason for concern. Experts say they changed the fucking headline of this, by the way, because of course they did. No evidence that TikTok is a security threat, but there is still reason for concern. So it doesn't matter if it is a national security threat. TikTok is still bad because the government said so.
But so they didn't give the reason for concern. They just said there is one.
And then said, well, we have no proof of this, but we know it's bad.
Ooh, slippery slope.
Not up to $1 million, a minimum of $1 million. No, it says up to. And or up to $1 million in fines.
The 20 years, though, that's not... Your biggest crime is wanting privacy. 20
but it is,
years?
It is somehow worse. So couched in this bill is imposing, enforcing, and any mitigation measure of any risk arising from any transaction by any person or with respect to any property subject to the jurisdiction of the United States, that the secretary, an unelected official, is the arbiter of this. If you take part, are the recipient, the profiteer, or the payee of desktop, mobile, gaming, or payment application. So there goes all of your fucking gaming things on your phone. Web-based applications. You like a game from Russia, you like a game from China, that's going away. Information and about technologies and services, artificial intelligence, or any machine learning, wireless data networks, mobile networks, satellite payloads. This is stuff they have access to. Cable access points, wireline access points, core networking system, long, short, and backhaul networks, or edge computer platforms. So this is them sticking their fingers and ears and eyes in every single device that you own.
This is the government spying on its own people.
This is the shit from 1984. This is the TV. If it can see you, they can see, yeah.
And also, like, but no one's talking about this because the news is all about Trump's indictment. Like, this is just slipping beneath the radar right now when this should be, that everyone should be talking about this and everyone should be fucking terrified. This is why you have guns. For this fucking reason right here.
Dude, this is so pernicious, couched in the fear-mongering around an app, that I don't know how most people are not outraged by this.
Yeah. They should be.
If TikTok was Ukrainian, we would love it. If TikTok was Russian, it would have been banned 6 months ago. TikTok has been around forever. We had Vine beforehand. We have Facebook Reels. I by no means remotely grant credence to the fact that it's selling the data. The only argument there is that they're selling the data, but these people aren't getting a kickback from it. This is all about control. It is always all about control. They did it with COVID. They did it with the BLM protest. Every opportunity that presents itself, you try to use it to get more control.
It's getting bad as well. It's like they've used the words New World Order and restrict. Do you remember when they used to lie to us?
And anything that has bipartisan agreement, you should really kind of side-eye, because all that means it's bad for you.
Yeah, no, this isn't benefiting anyone.
Except the government, which will create their own TikTok or just promote Facebook and Twitter and YouTube Shorts, Google, that kind of stuff. Because not only do they control it, they control the algorithm, they control what you see on it. If you think I'm full of shit, you know for a fact that they hid the Washington or the New York Post stuff about the Hunter Biden laptop. They control what shows up on your screen. They 100% do. They can't do that on TikTok. TikTok doesn't give them kickbacks from the money that they get for selling your data. And by the by, all they're doing with that data is trying to sell you shit on Alibaba and Wish. That's all it is. Scroll Facebook. Every third post is an ad. 1/3 of those third posts is Alibaba, Wish, and some other Chinese fucking horseshit website.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right there. You just have to pay attention.
Yeah. Is there been like a massive coverage of this? Has it been on fucking...
Nope.
And but a little too perfect, isn't it?
Tucker did this. He did a thing about this, and he went into what the transaction thing is. He said it could be photos, it could be games, it could be online currency. Crypto will die a fucking forced death because of this. Anything that is a transaction outside of anything America considers an ally, so China, Russia, you name it, they can get in your asshole for it.
And they will. 20
Oh,
years.
they will. And people kept going, well, the Supreme Court will knock it down. Really? Because they kept that Patriot Act up and running. And that they didn't even tell us that was used against us. The guy who did the whistleblow, the journalist who covered the whistleblower, and the guy had to leave the United States. Julian Assange is held in jail ad infinitum. He is never getting out. Glenn Greenwald moved to Brazil, and Edward Snowden ran to Russia. Their lives are done because they covered what happened in the Patriot Act. You think anyone's going to blow whistles on this? There's no way. The last 3 administrations have been the hardest on whistleblowers because, as usual, it's about government power, and that's all it is.
Yeah, agreed. 100%.
Yep. And Miss Sin, it doesn't even have to be a foreign adversary. It could be a domestic threat or whatever they deem a domestic threat. And remember, it's the Biden administration and their unelected officials deeming what is and is not a domestic threat. It could be parents at a school board meeting who don't want their kids taught how to suck dick at age 6.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're going to see a sharp rise in domestic threats.
It could, and I'm not even a Trump voter, but I'm telling you right now, we are 10 minutes away from are you now or have you ever been a Trump supporter? How long have I been saying that shit?
Ain't a conspiracy no more, is it? It's a stark reality now.
If there was $1 for every time the conspiracy theorists were right, we would be 3 times over on goal. But Shiru gets a fucking confetti because he's the new stream boss. We are 20% to goal. Fucking Christ, this is terrifying.
And it all started with Harambe.
This is terrifying.
Why aren't more people talking about this?
Because they don't know.
Yeah.
It's not on the news.
You know why they don't know? Yeah.
This isn't on the news. They're not talking. The only person on mainstream media who I have heard mention this as more than the TikTok ban was Tucker. And even his video on it had less views than the normal one because I guarantee Twitter, Facebook, and anything that promotes this as a bad bill, shadow ban it, because TikTok is not only an advertiser competitor to them, it is a social media competitor to them.
And that's very sad as well, because Tucker's the only person talking about it. Because the unwarranted hatred he gets just for being Tucker Carlson, it's just going to be written off as some fucking right-wing propaganda because he's the only one talking about it. It's a perfect storm of fuckery.
Hold on.
And ignorance, and that is, it's only leading you down dark paths here, guys. I'm kind of worried for America right now. England ain't looking so bad right now, is it, Polly?
It's a social media app called TikTok.
Here, I gotta.
It's being pushed, as we said, by senators in both parties. It's called the Restrict Act. Mark Warner of Virginia and John Thune of South Dakota, Democrat and Republican, introduced this legislation. Now, the bill is ostensibly about protecting American national security and ending, quote, foreign adversaries from interfering in our elections through apps like TikTok. Because, of course, election interference by Twitter and Facebook is no problem at all. But election...
It's like the level of confidence. They actually called it the Restrict Act.
Oh, yeah.
Interference from TikTok is totally unacceptable. Okay. But in reality, and you should know this if you're opposed to TikTok, as we are, this bill isn't really about banning TikTok. It's never about what they say it is. Instead, this bill would give enormous and terrifying new powers to the federal government to punish American citizens and regulate how they communicate with one another. For example, the bill would regulate, quote, certain transactions between persons in the United States and foreign adversaries. Now, what's a foreign adversary and who gets to decide? Oh, well, the Secretary of Commerce and the DNI, not the Congress, get to decide what foreign adversaries are. Well, that ought to trip a switch in your brain. And then the transactions with foreign adversaries would include, quote, any acquisition, importation, transfer, installation, dealing in, or use of any information and communications technology product or service, including ongoing activities such as mandated services, data transmission, software updates, repairs, or the provision of data hosting services. Well, that's pretty broad. Under this bill, if you engage in any of that with a so-called foreign adversary, as determined by, in this case, the Biden administration, that would allow the Secretary of Commerce, Gina Raimondo, and the Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, to decide whether you're acting in the, quote, interest of a foreign adversary. Again, that's another term that the executive branch, the Secretary of Commerce, gets to define without
Be quiet! Shut up! Be quiet!
The passage of this bill would be the straw that breaks the camel's back in terms of total revolution. If this doesn't do it, we're fucked. If this is not the straw that breaks the camel's back, because this is not only a violation of the first, but like the 14th, I think, amendment. This is insane. And I don't know anybody who is actively supporting this that doesn't stand to benefit from it.
The interference of Congress. So if the Biden administration decides that you're doing this, then the Secretary of Commerce can then enforce, quote, any mitigation measure to address any risk arising from any covered transaction with any person or with respect to any property subject to the jurisdiction of the United States. These covered transactions can involve, quote, current, past, or potential future transactions. And the mitigation measures include, but are not limited to, throwing American citizens in prison for 20 years.
This will be fun. This will be very fun. It'll be a matter of time before I'm in shackles for doing this shit. Just watch. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
I mean, that is
today. Sorry, go ahead.
That is. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt by saying I was going to be right back. as per your donation, this should be what kicks off the revolution. But sadly, I don't think it's going to be. People are so docile now, and if they do pass this, then I mean, Christ, this isn't even the scariest thing that's going to happen. What comes after that is going to be even scarier, because then they know they can fucking pass whatever they fucking want, and people are just going to take it.
I'm gonna grab a beer real quick. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
I mean, what could come next? Like, you no longer realistically, it's going to be following the Restrict Act. It is now illegal to criticize your government. Straight to jail. That's actually probably a very fucking realistic thing that's going to follow. And we've seen it many times before in countries that have gone down this route as well. It always goes down the route of restrict. You're not allowed to chat shit anymore. Your First Amendment rights are going down the pan right in front of your very fucking eyes. I just be scared. You should be angry.
I feel the need to quote Patrice as often when this comes up. The First Amendment is the first one for a reason. People should be able to talk shit. The Second Amendment with a bullet is that people should have fucking pistols to protect the first one.
Yes, yeah. The Second Amendment is to make sure you still have the First Amendment. Agreed.
It's a good beer. This is my last beer, and it tastes delicious. I feel bad that this is my last one.
That's what
more like Scrotus these days. I got my last two.
Always tastes the best. That's why I have had 1,000 of them.
I have my last 2 beers out, and these guys better be good. That ratio is not improving, chat. Do better.
Stupid poor people, stupid poor people. I have more money than you. Stupid poor people, stupid poor people. You can't even afford food. When I show women my money, they want to have sex with me. And they always have orgasms because my penis is so big.
That's all true. All of that is just truth down the board.
I can tell.
Gamer Valine for $201 American. God damn. What is this? This is for the hard drive I'm recommending and paying for? Yeah. Is this me spending my money how I see fit? Is Drunkle going to specifically name me and how I spend my money again?
Jesus. Oh, there it is.
I hope not. I hope not on that last one. Wow. Guys, Jesus. He's not wrong. Guys, give it up for Valine with the big 201. God bless. God bless. Yeah, I'll go. I try to talk my cousin into bringing me the hard drive, but she's a fucking lazy piece of shit. Thank you, Valine, so much. That is greatly appreciated.
No, you want the hard drive, you go and get it.
Well, my cousin's learning how to drive. It's good for her. Thank you. So, guys, give it up for Valine in the chat. The big 201. I think that pushes us up to over 60% to goal. And I think to get us to 75 would be a...
Oh, my God. That was awesome.
I think a John Wick or a John Wish would get us to 75. Thank you so much, Valine, you fucking legend. Absolutely legendary, and a fantastic note along with it. You know what's bad when your sleep paralysis demon says, what the fuck is going on with
the last public opinion poll I saw showed Congress had an approval rating at about 9%. By contrast, Muammar Gaddafi had an approval rating at 13%, and his own people dragged him in the streets and killed him.
That's a classic. Jeez.
It is. There's another one like that never gets hit enough. Let me just annotate this. Stupid.
That is a strong quote. Fucking hell.
You want a good one? Fuck. Shit. Where is it? Fuck. I'm gonna have to get it off of Slabs. I'll read these out. Shelly said that's my favorite donation. That's it. That one's up there for me. Works. It.
You all right?
I'm trying to find the thing. No, not that one. Not that one.
The thing. Let's be
Oh,
patient.
it's the 2732. You want to see another donation like that one? It's the 2732. That one it's another one of those things where it's like, holy fuck, yeah, that's great. Mine is the 110. My favorite is the 45 and then the 110. But yeah, the First Amendment has not existed for decades and the Second has barely been able to be excised to its fullest extent, I think you meant, since the 1800. Don't even get me started on the other amendments. I'm getting you started. A lot of people in the chat saying the 110 is their favorite. I mean, that's a solid choice.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's bad when your sleep paralysis demon said, what the fuck is going on in the world? Sorry, I wanted to be scary, but what the hell? We're on good terms now and I feel more safe with him. I don't blame you.
Yeah. I mean, just for the record, the United States already did make it illegal to criticize the government, and it was removed.
You're gonna need to tell that story, good sir.
All right, let me give you the
quick and dirty.
Elevate.
Yeah, let me give you the dismissal immediately. Well, that was a long time ago. There.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel informed.
Before somebody says that, I might as well just put it out there. It was a long time ago. Yeah, it was, but still, it's unprecedented in American history. Not even close. The Alien and Sedition Acts under John Adams made it the arrest of any non-resident alien perfectly legal, and habeas corpus didn't apply to them because they weren't U.S. citizens.
Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47.
Welcome to the rice fields, mother.
Drop it.
That's another one of my favorite. That's pretty good. Here's some birthday. Sam, it's your birthday. Can we get a big happy birthday to Sam?
Hey, happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday.
Valine said 201 is definitely up there, but I'm a petty bitch. Love it. Here's some birthday money. Sunday's going to be fun. Also, one of my favorite donos that isn't a fart. That is a solid one. That is a solid. But my two favorites are John Wick and the 110. The 110 is just so perfect. And the John Wick one is amazing. Maybe it's the 110 then John Wick. No, I think it's the John Wick then 110. And if somebody hits the John Wick, I'm going to go see it by myself tomorrow. I'll leave Shelly at home. I need to go see that movie. I haven't seen it yet. I need to go see it. Okay, so continue.
It was a long time ago.
Oh, that. Shit. Sorry. Yeah, the aliens, anyone could be arrested anytime for being an alien. Sedition, it was a criminal offense to criticize the government. And people were jailed for it. And dozens. And it was definitely known who it was focused on. It was like, but it was so broad that anybody could have. And it was undone immediately, and with the next president, who then summarily across the board gave them all unilateral presidential pardons. It was that unpopular.
Wow.
So, something to think about. Like, this, oh my God, we've reached here. No, we already were there. And it happened that early on during the golden era. So it's like, and I don't, interestingly, I won't get into that, but I don't even blame Adams for what he was doing. Who was it aimed at? The French.
Good.
The fucking French.
Yeah.
Ruin everything.
Because they were coming up on their own revolution at the time, right? And it's like a bunch of revolutionaries and all. Fuck.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
I gotta replay that because I was pulled out. Hold on.
That's great.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
A lamented guide for the $44.99. My favorite dono. That one is up there. That's pretty good. Shadowclaw said, "Don't forget about mine." In the words of Ralph Wiggum, I'm in danger. Yeah. Yeah, we are. It's not great. Not good.
I mean, the bill's due to go through, isn't it? Do you think that it is 100% going to happen, or do you think there's still a chance that it's going to get thrown out?
Only Sith deals in certainty. I'm not sure, but I don't like the look of it.
No, quite rightly. No, you shouldn't. But what do you think the likelihood of it becoming a thing is?
It's 80-20.
Ooh, oh, that's dark. Okay.
Yeah, not great. Shelly said, "What? I want to see it." Okay, I guess I'll take Shelly to see it too if somebody hits the John Wick.
But you sit on your own.
Yeah, you get to sit on the other side of the theater. We found a movie theater that, like, every show I've been to there has been completely empty. So I guess you can go with me. But somebody has to hit the 45 for us to go. If not, I'm going to go see it anyway. But I just want to see the 45. Anyway, let's keep moving. A barge carrying 1,400 tons of ethanol sunk into the Ohio River.
And it was the perfect word to burp on as well.
1,400 tons of methanol is now just polluting our river.
Well, it was better than it exploding. It was it was going to sink or blow up. This is the lesser of two evils.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on, real quick. Shelly, have you seen John Wick 2 and 3? Because we might have homework to do before we can go see it.
Oh, look, even if you have, I mean, you got to catch up. 1, 2, 3 before you see.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bang. This quote is not John Wick, but it works great as a warning to Congress. We cook your meals, we haul your trash, we connect your calls, we drive your ambulances, we guard you while you sleep. Don't fuck with us. Tyler Durden, Fight Club.
Fuck yeah.
I get to go to the movies. Yes, I've seen all the John Wick movies. Tell me, I don't know. You didn't watch them with me, so I assumed you didn't see them.
Watch them again. And watch Nobody.
Yes, Nobody. I lied to her to get her to watch Nobody.
What did you tell her?
Oh, fuck. I was like, I started watching because my brother wouldn't shut the fuck up about the movie. I'm like, I'm watching a horror movie. You want to come watch it with me? Like, it's about monsters. And I couldn't think of anything. Like, it's monsters. And we got to the bus scene of the movie. And she's like, there's no monsters in this.
Well, I mean, you know. It was half a lie.
It's like there's Russians. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, right? Dude, that bus scene is just fucking phenomenal, man.
Isn't it?
And he gets chucked out of the window and he's just like fucking... Oh, you can tell he's exhausted as well, but he's like, I'm getting back on. That is one of the most realistic fight scenes, and it is still unrealistic, but... Like, the punches aren't just fucking glancing off of him like with fucking Wonder Woman, you know? Like,
yeah.
that scene hurts.
Is that your chair I'm hearing? Yes. It is squeaky. She said, it's fair, I tricked you into the alligator movie. Oh my god, that's one of the worst films I have ever seen.
Is it actually just called the alligator movie?
It's called Crawl.
Oh god, that sounds awful.
It was so fucking bad. Like, I liked A Quiet Place better than Crawl.
Oh god, that is saying something, man.
It's about some dumb bitch who gets locked in a basement during a hurricane, and then there's just an alligator.
Surprise, motherfucker. This is the missile guidance system, bitch. I'm about to show you why the U.S. doesn't have free health care.
If you're going to watch John Wick 4, there's a post-credit scene. I didn't know. I'm rocking. Sorry, I'll stop. There's a post-credit scene. I didn't know when I saw it. Now I have an excuse to see it again. My brother said it was fucking amazing. I'm really excited to go see it.
There's a trick when it comes to post-credit scenes. You wait for the movie theater's lights to come on.
Yeah.
That's how I knew there was a post-credit scene at the end of Shazam 2.
Anyway, look at this shit. By the way, thank you, Mudshark, Fostonia, Lamented Guide, Sam, Just Another Guy, Christy, and Gamervaline. You fucking legends. But I would also like to point out the 2732. While I bring up this email, no, I'm not going to bring up the email, not on screen, but I will read the email. Zobels in the chat emailed her person about this, and they responded. I don't know if you want me to say who it is or what I can say or cannot say. Her representative, her Senate representative.
Oh, Zobel's a chick. I didn't know.
Yeah. I don't know if you want me to say what it is or who or whatever, so I'll leave proper nouns out of it. And she said that she emailed them just about the Restrict Act. Oh, okay, so she said it was Ted Cruz. This is a response from Ted Cruz. In her email to Ted Cruz, she did not mention TikTok once, just the overreaching horseshit of the bill. Okay?
Okay.
And just one more time, because I don't know if people remember how apt it is. 2732, while I read this. Thank you for contacting me regarding TikTok. Input from fellow Texans significantly informs my decision-making and empowers me to better represent the state. The People's Republic of China, which is controlled by the CCP, the single largest, greatest geopolitical threat the U.S. will ever face in the next century, the espionage threat posted by the Chinese party is acute, persistent, and repeatedly endangered the safety and security of Texans. Are you noticing something here? Oh, Limey, you oh, no, you're not even limes. You're not even limes yet.
It's a sad day when I have to remind you to turn me into a citrus fruit.
Well, no one's done the thing and said it's for limes, unless Fostonia said it's for limes. And
Have they got to specify that it's for limes?
Is that not the rule? I thought that was...
I don't... We're kind of fast and loose with the rules on this show, you know? Like the amount of times we finished the bingo square and no one got laid.
I have a bitch at the house that I can get laid with.
A bitch at the house.
Or the other one. We'll see how the night goes. Anyway, it was 100% an email just talking about TikTok. The whole thing's just talking TikTok. It's limes for that scurvy riddled Brit. Okay.
Surely that was an automated response, though, right?
It might have been, but Jesus Christ, if your people are reaching out to you to talk about a bill, I would argue one of the most important bills being voted on in recent history, you might take the time to fucking read it.
You should read it, yeah. I mean, you're meant to be representing the people. You can't really represent them if you're ignoring them.
Drunkle is now limes, but very easily could be turned into turnips.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's take a look at this fucking nonsense. That response is insane. And from Ted Cruz especially, it's disappointing. Thank you, Zobels, for sending that one in. So this barge just fell over with 1,400 tons of methanol.
Just fell over.
1,400 tons times 2,000 pounds per ton. That's 2,800,000 tons or pounds of nonsense.
Because there's no current towards the foreground. Is that in a lock?
I do not know. I think this is just blocking the fucking current.
Oh, yeah, fair enough, yeah.
You can at least try to go along with pretending that the bill has nothing to do with fucking TikTok. I agree. I agree, Shelley. So again, this is just another one of those things. Those weird little things that just happen to happen in red states. It would be weird if a whistleblower didn't come forward. Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
If a whistleblower didn't come forward and say that the DOT 100% allocates resources based on how the state votes.
Now on a project
No
with handing out
shit.
money.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be subjective or objective. They'll step in. Well, we want this project because it's a blue state. Oh, so no matter how bad it is, so they appoint these leaders of each group, and then they make sure the money be recommended. That's how it works.
That it goes to a blue state, not a red state.
Right.
So you think this was politically motivated in East Palestine?
I do.
Yeah. It was at this point.
It is bonkers. A whistleblower came and said they allocate resources based on how the state votes, and this is just completely ignored. And that was a DOT official who was talking to Benny Johnson about this shit.
This divisiveness is actually costing lives now.
What's crazy is last time I was aware, we were all Americans. We were all Americans living under the same government, and it just seems that is right out the fucking window.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
That means Joy Behar was right. Joy is correct. She was. Joy Behar was absolutely right. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. No one's hit it, so I'm just going to run the test so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
It's very simple. The message is force is more effective than voting. Elections change nothing. Rioting, by contrast, makes you rich and powerful. When you riot, prosecutors will ignore the law on your behalf. Corporations will send you millions. Politicians will kneel down before you. It works. Violence works.
I genuinely
So they subvert his views, which are also the views of voters, the American people.
I don't know how that one's not more people's favorite. I'm convinced that John Wick is just Master Chief from Halo games without the power armor or the AI friend. You mean Cortana? Also, Pete Buttigieg should be jailed for the bias like that, a petty piece of shit. Buttigieg should not have the job.
No. This is absolutely ridiculous. He's the head of Department of Transportation, isn't it?
Yes.
All of this is happening under his fucking cataract bleary eye.
What?
And his cataract. You know what a cataract is?
I know what a cataract is, but I don't
You never
think.
heard the word bleary?
I don't think.
What I'm saying is he's not fucking watching.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Right. So he's feigning being blind to it, and we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, you could have
several of
said
these things
"come blind eye" and that would have made sense, but
okay, right. Please take two. All of this is happening under his come blind eye, and there have been several of these instances happening all around America, and no one's holding him accountable. The buck stops there.
because nobody cares to hold him accountable.
Well, because he's a gay man.
No, it's not even that. It's a Biden administration official who is in charge of major shit. So you cannot, under any circumstance, have anything that makes Biden look bad. That's all it is. That's all it is, in my opinion. You cannot have anything that makes Biden look bad.
But that's happening anyway. Why is he not being held to account for this? Well, I mean, you just said why, but it doesn't. It's stupid. It's dumb.
Fastonia said, goal. No, not goal. It's because I tested the $20 donation, so no goal.
But you can change that.
You can't. You can, specifically you, Fastonia. Look at this shit. Look at this. That's our
do you know
river.
What? Yeah.
That is our river.
It's actually stopping the current. That is a huge vessel.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Joe Biden's energy policies are a train wreck. Literally.
Energy poly.
Yeah, you could use some of that.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
They are a train wreck, literally. And this goes more into the whistleblower shit. Look this up on your own. We're not going to get bogged down into this.
Oh, for Christ. I hate Fridays now, man.
Dylan Mulvaney makes me hate Fridays too, but
All started with the first day of spring. I am at Kate Spade, New York.
and I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to remind you, Dylan Mulvaney tried this bit for years as a gay guy. The month he turned trans, fucking right there, top front page everywhere.
To find the perfect
This
spring
isn't
out.
trans as in transgender either. This is trans as in transvestite. The dude's just a fucking crossdresser.
This is trans as in trans scumbag. Yeah. To your witcher. Fustonia with the 10 goal for fucking real. Thank you, Fustonia. Much appreciated. I mean, you could have put another 1 on there and made it the good goal, the full fucking fun one, but it's fine, I guess, Fustonia.
You want to be stingy.
You fucking... God, is it apparent that I want to see the Big Witcher?
I think it's coming across, yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you, Fustonia. Much appreciated. And that is the goal. And it's up to you, Fustonia. Do you want a horsecock? It literally pushed us over the goal by 25 cents. Do you want a horsecock, or do you want the a song at the end?
Outfit, let's go. Kate Spade, New York is a staple in my wardrobe, and I think I absolutely need to have this as my spring bag. The mini bags are in. They're in. Let's go.
You
The
can
mini
fit
bags are
fuck
in.
all in that, Dylan. You can't.
Fustonia just said cock.
Charmaine. Just go for the cock.
J-
Oh, maybe he's
okay.
talking about Dylan.
Oh, I thought you meant mine. Either way, we'll accommodate you.
You know I love pink, and I think the bag will go great with this. Let's try her on. You can always use another pair of heels, right? Here's the full fit check. I love a puffy sleeve, and I added some jewelry because more is always...
I prefer Wormy Slurpee over this.
Hold on, I'm just gonna put a very subtle hint across on the stream goal that's going up right now. if for those of you in the Discord call who can't see, the stream goal is now Yeet Dylan set it right at 110. It's weird how those
Dude
numbers.
makes me just irrationally angry.
I don't know if it's there's so much happening here with this woman.
Upstanding member of society.
This upstanding, stunning, brave member of society. There is so much happening here that I don't know where to start. On top of the context of knowing that this is a bit they've been trying for years. On top of the fact that I know women, I have known a couple of women in my life. Women.
Good for you.
Oh, yeah? Huh.
Yeah.
Women.
Women, yeah. It's easier to write it, you know?
I have known a few ladies in my life, and I got to tell you, 0% of them have acted like this.
It's not normal. We're going around with the energy of a fucking Christmas elf.
I'd say that's Chihuahua energy.
God, I hate chihuahuas. So yeah, fair.
So I'm not holding you guys hostage or anything, but oh right, I muted the fucking tab.
I kind of think that you hate me and Polly.
No, I already knew that.
What was the tip off?
God, I love my native deodorant and gummy bear scent. I just wish there were other...
Could you have shaved before this one? What? Oh. Could you have shaved?
Should be arrested for crimes against
Candied
humanity.
scents, too.
Dylan.
Oh my gosh, you're back.
That's his regular voice.
Regular voice sounds like Bear given the fucking baritone.
Ah!
You're in luck.
What do you have for me this time?
How about
Sourberry belt scent? A deodorant could never. Or could it?
Here's the real thing to compare.
Oh my gosh. It does smell like sour berry belts.
Or maybe you'll like...
Sweet cinnamon heart scent.
What,
Get
did you
out
see
of
the
here.
jump cut
Is
then?
it still
Like,
aluminum
Dylan
repair?
fucked up.
No, I did not. I did
Should've
not see
called
the jump
amount,
cut.
Dylan, we know you can do that.
Hold on, I'm just going to pull this back for the full view of the screen so you guys can see the veto cost.
Or...
Because you
need me, Springfield.
Your guilty conscience may force
you to vote
Democratic.
but deep down inside, you secretly long for a cold-hearted
Republican to lower taxes, brutalize criminals, and
rule you like a king. Are you going to torment us until 110? At least for another 2 minutes. Yeah. Bits can only last so long.
Tell that to Dylan.
Maybe you'll like...
Fuck. Oh.
They came after me with massive fantasy. Broke down my knee and they kicked in my teeth. How it goes horns, they so tender me, and so kind of richer. He can't be toss a coin to your witcher.
Oh, fuck, this is so good. Yes! We need a little testosterone in there. That was so fuck. What?
No way.
They came after me.
What?
Massive fantasy. Broke down my knee and they kicked in my teeth. How it goes horns, they so tender me, and so kind of richer. He can't be toss a coin to your witcher.
That's my favorite part. The ard.
I love the last guy. The cleaver has got a handle behind the top of the blade. It's so cool.
That is very cool. All right, let's do this in order. Odin Hammer for the 1050. I'm so sick of Dylan and this current year bullshit. Oh, it's going to get so much worse. It's about to get so much fucking worse. A Mailman for the 110. I'll show you a bigger Witcher. Also, that thing, Dylan, is a cryptid of some sort.
I like Sam Silence take in the chat. He says, "No, idiots, don't reward him. He's going to do it again next Friday."
If you saw this guy kill 6 of your friends in front of you, why would you jump in front of him to get killed next? It makes no sense. I don't know. I have self-preservation. If I was in a sword fight and I saw somebody just literally walk in a little pirouette through a crowd of 6 people, I'd go, all right.
Yeah, swords on the floor. Fair enough.
Yeah. All right. I wouldn't even do anything. I would just take it and be like, all right. I'll talk to you later.
I'd just walk away, you know.
Oh, fake gamer cat's right. They were being controlled by Fenry. She's right. She is absolutely right. And M4 Sherman, something death arms. I can't read that. M4 Sherman, not the third word, and you know what that third word is, and I especially can't fucking read that. But okay, I will give you guys a reprieve. Where's my notepad? Wait, what's that note? Falling down. Oh, I just wanted a fucking burger. No, Dylan.
Yeah. Yeah.
To weeks.
2 weeks. Oh, we have
Yep.
been blessed.
No Dylan Mulvaney for 2 weeks. It is a note stuck to my monitor now.
I'd say fucking glue that shit down. Laminate it.
Thank you, M4 Sherman, Mailman, and Odin. You guys are fantastic.
You rock.
You're just going to lose that. No, it's stuck to the monitor. All right, so this is techno with.
Don't worry.
I hope they do. Techno with just shit found in a garage.
Right to jail. Right to jail. Right away. Right to jail. Right to jail. Right away.
Q. I'm late and chair. So right to jail. I must go. Right to jail. Pinky promise to Pinky. No. Pinky.
Pressure. Feeling pressure. Feeling pressure. Feeling pressure.
It's got a little bit of a beat to it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm bobbing my floating head here. I'm into it, dude.
Is that an electric mini guitar? No, that's a ukulele hooked up to some fucking foot pedals. How
Now,
cool
I hate
is
the
this
ukulele.
shit?
I hate the ukulele, but it turns out that's because people just haven't been playing it right all this
Apparently.
Started.
Oh.
Does anyone want to get out?
Yes. I love this one.
Whoa, big guy.
I just want you to know, Cat. It's impersonal! It kind of feels personal.
It was so personal.
So personal.
Polly.
I've said
Polly.
it before and I'll say it again. Yeah,
Can you-
violence has been committed all over the world. But there's no violence like American violence.
We not only do we have a monopoly on it, we have the perfection of it.
Yeah.
We have John Wick.
What more could you ask for? Is Steve Rogers destroying fucking 15 people that are actually undercover Nazis, and the sound effects are all from Indiana Jones? You're welcome.
You know what more I could ask for? If we're going to put that out there, the more American thing than that, it's
Right
Ryan
to jail.
McKinley.
Right to jail.
No, it's
Right
not
away.
right to jail.
Right to jail. Right to jail. Right away.
It is
Nothing
not
more
right to
American
jail.
than that.
It is not right to jail. Fucking whoever donated that is a liar. M4 Sherman. Well, Sin said it better. I only said. You know what? Let's let that breathe for a minute. Polly, read that. I'm gonna piss. Then I'll tell you what it is, and I'll be right back.
I was going to say, did
What it
your mic
is.
cut out? I didn't. Okay.
Nah, he just gave up.
Gamer Valine, thank you for the 7676. It's a great key for that fucking donation, I think. Sent you the link to use a USB enclosure for an M2 drive on Monday. Oh, right. I totally fucking forgot I had. God, I was drunk during that stream. I totally forgot I asked for help with that. I did. Okay, this should cover a USB adapter so you can clone the drive in your computer as well as handle previous commentary from Drunkle on Monday.
All right.
The business has been given, and the end was pointed towards you, Drunkle.
I know. But look, if any, Gamer Levine, you're just proving my point further.
Which is?
She doesn't donate to me on Mondays.
Oh. Well,
I mean, hey, it's a donation. You ain't got to. What the fuck, man?
did he just yell at it?
It's a gift.
Is he okay?
Stubby toe? Stubby toe? Did you just fucking Bob Marley yourself, dude?
Well, he's recovering there until we find out what happened. Because now he just spilled his last beer, and that's reason to cuss.
Oh no, yeah.
Gamer Feeling, thank you for the
Ow,
76.
mother
76. Greatly appreciated.
horse.
And I missed it over an hour ago, and I fucking actually feel bad about that. C. Thomas, thank you for the $2.
Shut up! Be quiet!
We were on a roll. I got one now. No, it was Sin catching him. He was batting 1,000 there. It was. C. Thomas, thank you for the $2. Using depleted uranium rounds in a proxy war is ridiculous. Yeah, using half the tech they use is just, like I said, I was legitimately asking if anyone could think of a fucking conflict where a country without so much tech had been provided with so much, well beyond their station to provide for themselves. Crazy.
So you guys heard me yelling. The chat didn't hear me. Oh,
okay.
Earlier today.
Yeah, we heard him yelling.
Yahoo! Earlier today,
record.
I was making meatballs, and so I was chopping up onions, and I was chopping up garlic, and I was chopping up mint. I was doing all that shit to make meatballs, and I had just sharpened my mom's knife, and I was chopping, and one of the things, and it was just, it's a little cut. It's maybe a centimeter. It's like the tiny cut, and it didn't even go deep. It's just surface, and it's right next to my index fingernail. So I just went pee. So I go pee. I put on some hand
John
sanitizer.
Boy? If I had to guess, I'd say communist China. Are we gonna die here? Darn fucking tootin'.
I forgot I had a cut right on my finger, and I got hand sanitizer, and I'm doing it. And and there's must have been onion juice left on it. That is the fucking that hurt worse than when I had to get stitches in my fucking hand from cutting it open. God bless.
That means it's healing.
It hurts like a motherfucker.
It's clean. You know it's clean. I mean, look, I got a stupid cut like that last night. I cut my finger on the corner of a packet of ham.
Oh, that is arguably worse.
It's stupid.
Wash your damn hands, not sanitizer. Look, I pissed. I didn't stick my finger in my asshole.
Yet. But for 110, the Pinkness through $5 says for beer, and we are working on your new theme song. Thank you very much, the Pinkness, for the $5, and for the beer, and for Pinky is working on a new AAA intro song for us.
Pinky said, so excited about episode 9. I started it. I started episode 9, and if you've listened to the last ALR video, you know Miss Sin and I had to stop like every 10 minutes because right outside my window, they are jackhammering apparently everything. So every like 10 minutes you'd hear. All right, we just
that's not
pause.
so bad.
Yeah.
Sam Miguel said new song. Well, I have 2 new Pinky songs, but they're not techno songs with shit found in a garage. Thank you, Pinky. And M4 Sherman, completely unrelated to anything we've talked about so far, said, well, Sin, it was better that I said pipe bomb. I could have said a lot worse ways to die, like slowly being choked alive and somewhat evil motherfucker. Yes, you are apparently M4 Sherman. Thank you so much.
Woodchipper.
Speaking of the Pinkness, thank you, Pinky, for the $5 and more American violence. I hope you guys noticed that. Do you still need something from me? Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, I was just looking up your DMs. I had to scroll down pretty fucking far to find you, but you were not lit up green. So, no, I absolutely do need still some, English. Do need something from you, and I will contact you after the show or something like that and tell you what it is. It's for a donation. I need you to do a small voice clip recording for me, and I think you're the only one who could pull it off.
Well, let me tell you, as another shameless shill, Pinky did a parody of Minnie the Moocher that is so
great track. I want to hear Pinky do that.
Not only is it like one of my favorite songs to ever exist, she did such a good fucking job on it. Like it is unbelievable.
Yeah,
and I
got that voice. Born in the wrong era, you know.
It doesn't necessarily have to be tonight, but it would be nice if it were. I can not wait to play it. It is a stacker parody of Minnie the Moocher. It is unbelievable. Like that, there were 2 more comma songs under that one that are just stacked because I would do an episode, she'd do a song for me, a little fair trade. This just went right to the top of the list. It is so fucking good. But anyway, we're gonna keep moving. A U.S. Marshal told not to arrest abortion protesters at SCOTUS Justice's home. So this just came out, but if you remember months and months ago when the Supreme Court decided to overrule Roe v. Wade, which didn't make abortion illegal, that's a whole other thing. But they were told not to arrest protesters that showed up at SCOTUS's home. Well, that's weird.
Yeah. It'd almost be like that would be a way to, you know, deliberately by intention with the kind of clear threat of violence influence political decisions and policy direction, I should say.
There's a word for that, isn't there? There's
but no, hold on, be careful. Using the threat of violence against targets to promote political change.
Easy.
Tip of the tongue. Tip of the tongue.
Yeah,
I've heard it before.
Yeah.
It's called that when brown people do it.
Oh, God.
Or anyone who could be called a right-wing militiaman.
Well, anybody left remotely near the right wing is called a right-wing militiaman, but just not to arrest them, which is weird because this happened after the shooting, which is what it will be referred to from here on out. And why the goal is what it is for the rest of the show. It's lower, obviously, but it is the fake tease, and this is what this has to do with. Leftist insurrect at Tennessee Capitol building.
No action, no peace! No action, no peace! No action, no peace! No action, no peace! No action, no peace!
Muta is, I know who Muta is offering $10,000 to who can locate iconic Jeff image. No idea what you're talking about, Bookworm, but all right.
No action, no peace! 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 No action, no peace!
No action, no peace, and that is their entire thing. And it's just a score of white women leading this protest. But nobody was arrested at this insurrection in Tennessee's capital.
Well, the difference is the letter D. There, this is Democrat voters. When they do it, it's perfectly fine. They are just, not just, but righteous in their actions.
Can I point out a thing?
After I read this, Sam said, repeat the slogan.
They love a chant, don't they?
What was that dono I used to have? What do we want? Fry's dog. When do we want it? Fry's dog.
What?
My favorite was
what?
Anything that starts with hey, hey, ho, ho.
Yeah.
It's so lazy. Trump has got to go.
Anyway,
Hey,
Paul,
hey.
what were you going to say?
Zed Hero just says the whatever. No peace to a direct threat of violence. Yeah. So, okay, let's talk about the American Revolution for a second. It's a favorite subject of mine. Yeah, I know, Drunkle. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm involved in this one.
I was just about to say, it's not like you don't have skin in this game. So 1765.
Yeah.
A potential act of what might be called terrorism had occurred when a bunch of upset individuals went and sacked, really, colonial governor Thomas Hutchinson's house. He wasn't there at the time. And they were going there to, who knows if he had been home, what would have happened. But they were going there because he lived there. And they thought he was home. It turned out Colonial Governor Hutchinson was nominated by the king, the king's man. They were pissed at the king. Let's, we're going to go do this thing. So what they do, they left up a whole bunch of effigies. They burned them down, and they absolutely fucking rendered the place unlivable. Best way to describe it. Like, did they burn it to the ground? No, but just short of that. He was in Philly, I believe, at the time.
Was there like a tip-off?
No, not at all. Just so happened. 3 mile per hour world, he could have easily been there. He might have been in transport back and forth between there and then. So my point in bringing that up is that not an act of terrorism? Yes.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah. When you're...
that's the word.
Yeah, muffled as it may be. I think you guys catch the clue. This is what bugs me about that, okay? Like, why bring it up? What's that got to do with anything? No action, no peace, no justice, no peace. We're going to stand around and we're going to do it. You fucking LARPing ass revolutionaries. The people that went and destroyed Hutchinson's home had a very good sense of what they were doing. Were they speaking for the majority? Arguably, no. A whole bunch of people were loyalists at the time. 1765, nobody was talking about independency at that point. Nobody. It's amazing how fucking quick the sea change in thoughts moved on to independence for the colonies from Britain. My point is, these are people that were actually fucking committed. You think these people have resolve? You know what would slow them down?
Absolutely none.
Just being walked away in handcuffs would stop half of them. Being jailed for 3 years would be cause for their friends to show up and protest, believing that they would not be arrested. It's always a shock when they're arrested or hit with a billy club. There's the proof that things have gone too far. Too far. You want to destroy this government and replace it with something else, no? Did you not expect the government to protect itself? Welcome to the real world. Have you ever understood a land of peace and freedom to be so free that the government is willing to have itself fucking destroyed for the sake of your ideals? Never in any place that I've ever heard of. A suicidal government? What is this, Scotland?
But the government itself should be not only open, but receptive to the ideals of the people they claim to represent.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what actual protest is for. These are people that are attempting to do what? Interrupt the democratic process? Isn't that exactly what the January 6th people? Oh, never mind. It's got to be different.
No, it is exactly the same thing, but the difference is a capital D, isn't it? I mean, what's the first three letters, first 3 words of the Constitution?
We the people.
Thank you very much. See, I know things too.
My point being is that all these so-called revolutionaries aren't that at all. People love pointing at founding fathers and they say, were they not revolutionaries? Did they not do these things? Yeah, they're everything that you're not. They had all the resolve that you fucking lack. You want the title of revolutionary. You want the fucking glamour that goes along with being a revolutionary and a current cause célèbre. What you don't want is for the revolution to last any later than 5 p.m. because you got to go home and hang out or whatever the fuck. You want the protections of the government you're looking to destroy. I'll tell you one thing that no founding father ever did, that no revolutionary, no private militiaman who joined up with General Washington ever complained about. Where are our protections from the king, from his soldiers? That would be insane. But that's exactly what these people are looking for. They scream to the government to protect them, the very same one that they want to destroy and replace because it's hopelessly racist.
That's where we get the wonderful word slacktivism. Because
I love slacktivism.
Oh, it's fucking fantastic. It describes it all completely. And they don't know what they're chanting for. They just want things to change. It'll change to what? Well, I mean, that's not for us to decide.
What do we want? Fry's dog. When do we want it? Fry's dog.
They don't know what they want. They just know that they don't want this, and what they do want, they want pretty damn soon. Whereas in actual fact, what they actually want is to just be able to tell people that they were there when the change was enacted. They just want a story to tell in fucking 50 years' time. They can sit down with their fucking purple-haired, androgynous, gender-neutral grandchildren and say, I was a part of that.
You know what? I agree 100%. We'll all be old enough when we're 80 to hear the recasting of history at the time when, well, I felt the need to stand up against Donald Trump. It was a time of tyranny. You have no idea how bad it is. How do I know that? Look at the glamour that goes around so-called revolutionaries and flower children from the late 60s or the early 70s. These were domestic terrors by every sense of the fucking word. With Weather Underground? most of them were lauded, no charges against them. And 2 of them work at Northwestern University. Angela Davis is still a fucking hero. What, the woman who snuck guns into a fucking Soledad prison and helped fucking help George Jackson escape, who ended up shooting a bunch of fucking guards and got shot dead himself? Oh, what a revolutionary superhero. Yeah, and she is still on a talking tour around the United States and was stupid enough to go on that PBS show where they do your fucking background and lineage and found out one of her forebears was a Mayflower person. Imagine the shock on her face. Yeah. You don't have to imagine the look on her face. You can go see it. She just was in straight up denial. It's impossible. I guess again.
I want to bring this up. You can't be Satanist and also be racist, sexist, homophobic, or transphobic. It's impossible.
I mean, it's totally possible.
Isn't Satanism supposed to be, and I literally wrote this out while Polly was ranting. Isn't Satanism supposed to be opposed by Christian teachings? Seeing as the Christian church is not only accepting of gays and tees, but encouraging it, aren't you by definition supposed to be opposed to it? I fucking hate this Satan account.
Yeah, it's just contrarian.
They're contrarian, edgy fucking assholes. Whoever runs this.
The thing is, like when it comes to the Church of Satan, if you are Satanist, then first and foremost you have to believe in God. So really, you're a Christian.
Really quick, I forgot to mention, Carol Soldier asked, will you ever do a deep dive on a Screw Tape Letters? Speaking of God, that's what refreshed my memory there. I don't know. Does anyone want that?
I'd listen to it.
I would and could, but I don't know if that's something new.
I want I want the polydub cut of the 6 hours of a video so dark.
Speaking of guns, I got something to tell you about Sinatra. I just remembered. Just another guy. Thank you for the $21. You mean the Weather Underground that deliberately debated and had plans to bomb hospitals with the explicit aim to kill white children? I remember that interview. Yeah, when you're talking about the secret. The journalist who had to go see them and they had all their faces either turned from the camera or below the camera frame. Yeah, because we got to talk to these secret people that are out there. Anyway. Them. And the people who literally bombed the Capitol building, not pretended to, not through Twitter stories had bombs, but really didn't. Not the people who, no. The people who bombed the Pentagon, that same group, yeah. The people that tried bombing a fucking non-commissioned officers dance at Reed, was it? I can't remember the base. Yeah, and blew up their fucking townhouses.
Hey, yo, invest in stonks, gamers. All right, no, just
I'm gonna go grab a beer.
E to the dubs. It's polydub.
Bitch, let me have it. I'm that savage. Why do you keep screaming, bro? Baby, it's a habit.
Here you go, Polly, helping you out with a funny euphemism for the...
Careful now.
Just call them Durka-Durkas. You are welcome. Love you too.
Team America.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
All I have left are Coronas.
Ew.
You have
I
limes.
know. No.
I'm right here, baby. Well, why do you guys you keep calling me and then not talking to me? Polly forgot how to fucking talk and he just went English and I went yes.
But Festonia just hit for the limes. You don't
colonizer.
have them?
No, I do have
yes?
limes, but I feel bad cutting into them.
Yeah, I appreciate that, dude.
All right.
It reminds me of you've seen they're in a coffee shop and there's my man, the Pontiac Bandit is there behind the counter, and they go, "Can I have a coffee?" Black, and he goes, "I'm talking white."
Yes, I've seen Hot Tub Time Machine too.
Was that the movie? Was it?
Yes,
dude. That was honestly the one funny joke in that entire movie.
Yeah, it was not great. But okay,
are you talking about the first one?
The only Hot Tub Time Machine?
That is my head can't. Yeah, there was a second one.
Crafts and Crazy said, make Drunkle into a turnip. Well, somebody has to donate 25 and say turnip. I can't
I deny that. Hot Tub Time Machine, I'm not saying it's a great comedy. It certainly isn't, but it's passable. I mean, sorry, John Cusack just being in front of a camera is funny in and of himself. So.
John Cusack doing whatever John Cusack does really put points into a good film because he's an amazing actor, a dumb human, but a great actor. But it does
his
not.
Politics are a little fucked, but you know, it's
Bakeface said, "Where'd you get that picture of me? From your mom's house when I was banging her."
Oh, I think the title had it all. Hot Tub Time Machine. It's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, it really is all right there.
Like I said, it gave me a couple of laughs. There was nothing hilarious. I don't know if it was awful.
Yeah. It's like just where you like expel air a little harder out of your nose, kind of laugh.
You know, the last time I saw a comp. Holy shit!
Oh Christ! Mr. Holy.
Did you at least make my stepdad watch twice? Oh, that is turnips. Now I can. Oh, wrong thing. Now I can have limes. Thank you.
Feels good.
Look at your little kawaii turnip. A turnip. Now correct the corona. Okay. All right. So we are not only overtime, but the last titular articles we can just steam through them. Because the reason the goal is eat the fake teas and fuck the MSM and all that shit is for a reason. So grab that, and we're about to fucking run.
Yeah, this is actually quite relevant. Hekira threw $3 for the Ricky Spanish, relating to the image on screen, says, "Isn't Satanism about non-conformity?" This 100% right there, Hekira. What they're saying is, no, you can't be in our club.
That's what I said in the tweet.
Yeah, but he paid $3.
Why didn't you? Okay, really quick. Donkey Punch Bandit, thank you for the $5. Didn't that Davis bitch wind up as Black Lives Matter treasurer, or was that another convicted police bomber? Must have been another one because she was their honorary.
No, it was just the one chick, I think.
Yeah. I mean, Davis was associated with Black Lives Matter proper, the company, the corporation.
Yeah, the corporation.
As a public spokesperson, but as their treasurer, no, I don't think so.
San Miguel in the chat has said the Satan Twitter account is just the goths from South Park.
It fucking is. This headline: trans woman left sobbing in JFK airport after TSA accidentally.
This is the kind of headline you can only get in the past 3 years, mind you know.
Past three.
Maintain.
Goose blah blah. Trans woman left sobbing in JFK airport after TSA accidentally hit her. All right, third time's the charm. Ready? Take three. Take three. And Mark. Trans woman left sobbing in JFK airport after TSA agent hit her testicles, according to reports.
Immediately makes a TikTok about it.
Oh, motherfucker.
This dude over here just hit my lady balls.
A transgender. A transgender woman left in tears in the JFK airport after she claimed a TSA agent punched.
What? I have no love for the TSA as an organization or their particular hirelings at minimum wage, particularly. But I find it hard to believe a TSA agent is hauling off and cracking someone in the crotch.
Yeah,
And
they
it's-
make it sound like you're
what?
doing some fucking UFC uppercut fucking right in the gonads.
It's like you hit
working out on the
hit you in the
speed
nuts. Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, but it was after he jumped off the top turnbuckle and gave him the people's elbow. I did what?
He ran around and bounced off the walls and did this weird thing where he like rubbed his elbow for a second, then just dropped on him.
It made it more powerful. We've all been punched in the balls, right, gents? We've all had
we've
it.
all
We've been
felt
punched in the
that
balls,
pain,
been
yeah.
kicked in the balls. We've accidentally sat on ourselves. What was your immediate response when that happened, Sin? Like, what was the first thing you did immediately after getting punched in the balls?
Exhale loudly.
It wasn't to record a TikTok then?
No.
No.
It most certainly was not.
Yeah, okay. I suspected.
This headline just got me. By the way, the QAnon shot. That's not the headline.
That just changed.
Do you saw that, right?
Yeah. You might be able to find it again in your history.
I will check my
Because it's just gone back to the index.
history.
Ah.
No, not
Oh,
there.
do you know, that's something that pisses me off as well. When fucking feminists call it herstory. Like, it's...
Anyway, that headline was QAnon shaman let out of jail early. That's all it was. Look at that fucking tornado.
Same time as Andrew Tate as well, mind.
That fucking tornado. Look at that shit.
This is what happens when you let Andrew Tate out of jail.
And the QAnon shaman, apparently.
And the
Let's see if I can find
mother
it.
of all tornadoes. How is it going to be the mother of all tornadoes unless it's got like smaller tornadoes running around it, you know?
Here we go. QAnon shaman let out of federal prison early. Good for him. Good for him. He did nothing wrong. And they cited the fact that Tucker Carlson played those tapes of him being led around by cops the entire way as part of the reason he got let out.
Do you know that footage has been widely ignored?
It's weird because it defies the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of defying the narrative, things you can't do, here is just a person, a human being, not a government official or an MSM representative, talking about something that goes against the narrative. Like, I don't know, a member of a certain community committing mass murder.
I wonder if the parents of the victims of the Nashville shooting today would still have their children if these trans bills in Tennessee were never a thing. I'm not a parent, but if I were, I'd be real mad at the government.
Thank God you're not a parent.
I don't know. When something like this happens, I don't tend to blame the government for the actions of a psychopath. And a real quick aside, and something that I know will piss people off, but I don't give a shit. If you are one of those people who go, well, if you're trans, you have a mental illness, therefore you can't own guns. If you're saying that shit, you have cucked exactly the way the government wants you to, because who's going to decide if someone with a mental illness can or can't own guns? Who's going to decide what a mental illness is? You don't want to give that kind of power to the Biden administration. Stop being retarded.
That is actually an astoundingly good point, considering that it was considered a mental illness in the DSM-5 a couple of years ago, and has since been taken out of it now. So it's now, well, I mean, undefined, should we say? But people are going now, no, it's a perfectly fucking normal thing. So, I mean, letting a book govern whether or not you have the right to defend yourself, not a good idea.
See Razor Fist video. Razor Fist did a video on this. Let's pull it up.
Also, tits.
Yes, those are nice tits.
Good to see she's got something going for her, you know?
No, I still think it was an accident that she framed the video in that way. You know, it's,
Well, in the immortal words of Alice Cooper, school's nearly out for summer, and therefore you know what that means. Time to practice RSAT analogies. Cat is to kitten as dog is to puppy. Orlando nightclub shooting is to anti-gay terrorist attack, as Christian school shooting is to, you guessed it, Frank Stallone.
Let's see what
You've in all
Razor
likelihood
has to say
heard the
on this.
news, and sadly,
I assume he'll say it in the first minute or 2 minutes, so
it
let's see.
struck Nashville. We're in a near inversion of the Uvalde incident, where a
Okay, hold on.
Gaggle of Bumpkinville's best milled the fuck around for interminable hours until the shooter tired of committing mass murder, whereupon they casually waddled onto the premises and asked him kindly to please quit killing folks. The Nashville PD decided to skip straight from fuck around to find the fuck out, waxing this living, breathing butt stash off the ass crack of the human race in a matter of minutes, sparing countless innocent lives in the process. Hail and kill, Nashville PD, and God fucking speed. And you know there's an ageless rule in the annals of tragedies such as these. If the shooter's a slack-jawed, pasty-faced fucking white boy, you'll know in a matter of microseconds. But if you don't know who done it inside of an hour, with a likelihood eclipsing absolute certainty, he, she, it, !exclamation point,
Anthony Cumia put something pretty interesting up on Twitter the other day. It was a article where a old Asian lady got punched in the face in New York City, and there was no description of the perpetrator.
Yeah.
And he said the lack of description is the description. I think that's something we could all keep in mind.
Probably belongs to one of the multitudinous social strata the Democrats devote their careers to pretending to give the faintest fuck about. You may mock my system, but fuck you, I was right. It ain't been wrong to date. When we finally learned the perpetrator's name and motivations, let's just say it's obvious why authorities and the media held them the fuck back initially. The gunman, or gunmam as the case may be, belonged to one of the many vaunted protected classes we've added to the alphabet in the name of naked fucking aberrance. Was the motive social? Political? Well, put it this way. The gun person arrived replete with a blood-red MAGA-style baseball cap explicitly intended to manipulate the media into initially blaming their political opponents. Does that answer your question? That they nevertheless had the discipline to hold the fuck off in this case says a little something about how wafer-thin the deception truly was. But when they finally did part their odious maws and begin to fashion a narrative, it was about as ghoulish as it's ever been. All but explicitly taking the side
Valine, that's hilarious. I'll save that for next week.
Of a mass murderer on the basis that Tennessee had recently passed what they dim-wittedly decree was an anti-trans law, and therefore they were understandably driven to violence. Exact fucking quote, assholes. NBC famously crowed, "Fear pervades Tennessee's trans community amid focus on Nashville shooters."
Shitting on my fucking upcoming articles.
Anti-trans laws, you inquire? Oh, just abject hate speech, such as requiring parents' written knowledge and consent before allowing taxpayer-funded genital mutilations, and requiring the primary purpose of a drag show not be for wig-wearing windowless van aficionados to perform puppetry of the penis in front of preschoolers. Wild, reactionary shit, I know, but the talking dickheads on CNN, I get. It's the goddamn imbeciles on what is ostensibly our own side I'm extending a middle finger to now, with all too many armchair anti-authoritarians asserting that the fine folks in the federal government should ban anyone at all with a prior mental health history from ever owning a firearm.
Ian Miles Chong has been on a fucking track lately to get the worst takes I have ever seen on Twitter. He is just going insane.
I never really had the fucking best takes in the first place.
Yeah.
Sounds neat and tidy, don't it? The implication being that gender dysphoria is in fact a formally cataloged mental disorder, and thus its sufferers should be disallowed from owning a fucking shooting implement. Why, the only complicating factor is that, oh, someone has to decide who's mentally fucking fit and who ain't. And in case you haven't caught on to the waning credibility of the psychiatric establishment, they happen to also be the self-same fuckheads who decided the clinical cure for gender dysphoria is a fucking pizza cutter. These are the ideologically inclined ass faces you want holding the reins of a vast tyrannical bureaucracy that can only for a moment exist in direct contravention of the Constitution and states' sovereignty. Never mind that the very same Fed fucks whose task it would be to implement such an authority.
Okay, I think that's the part. But yeah, no, I don't trust these people to make this call. And I put that on Twitter the other day. I said, fuck, let me find it. It was something like, here it is. Shall not be infringed seems to have been forgotten by a lot of these pundits. The amount of people like, well, they're actually trans and that's a mental illness, so we're going to put our trust in the Biden administration to make this call. No, you're a fucking idiot. Shall not be infringed is pretty straightforward. I don't care if a dude thinks he's a chick or a chick thinks they're a dude. If you're a dude or a chick, if you're trans, who gives a shit? You should own a fucking gun. Everybody should own a gun. Armed minorities are harder to oppress. Oh my fucking God. It is just so straightforward. Guess what? Freedoms apply to those people you disagree with as well. If you think somebody's freedoms should be restricted based on a life choice they made that you don't like, you're a piece of shit and I don't like you. That's all there is to it.
Fair. I'm down.
Anyway, let's take a look at some of the mainstream media response to this, but we have to talk about the press conference that happened right afterward. An anti-gun lobbyist hijacked the press conference right after, and it was the same person at the other shooting, the other one. Highland Park.
Aren't you guys tired of covering this? Aren't you guys tired of being here and having to cover all of these mass shootings? I'm from Highland Park.
Shelly said all true, but so anything you say after that doesn't matter.
Did I see her somewhere?
Family vacation.
You have seen her somewhere. She is a survivor from the Highland Park shooting, and she just happened to be on vacation in Nashville in March. I know when I plan on going on vacations, I go to Nashville in March.
My son visiting my sister-in-law.
And she just happens to be mic'd up.
I have been lobbying in D.C. since we survived a mass shooting in July. I have met with over 130 lawmakers. How is this still happening? How are our children still dying, and why are we...
How? Anyway, that's just food for thought, but let's look at some of the response. From Reddit, fuck, the Tennessee shooter was trans. I'm spiraling. This is the only representation we're going to see, blah, blah, blah. Pfft. And at the end, well, we're fucked. It's over. Shut.
I wish it was.
I wish you would shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Reddit is... They call it the front page of the internet, but it's not. It's the fucking...
Dude, I got called a Nazi sympathizer on Reddit, and people were celebrating my channel being demonetized because I had the gall to disagree with Hassan Piker. Reddit is fucking cesspit.
It is terrible. I love it.
How about this? Thank God Tennessee protected those children from so-called horrors of drag and gender-affirming care so they could be shot up at school by an AR-15 instead.
Normally, the go-to here is to blame guns, isn't it? But instead, they've started blaming laws about drag queens. It's just an
what's interesting. What else is interesting is that the shooter didn't use an AR-15.
I didn't want to say it. I thought that was the case. Yeah, but I mean, it's the go-to, isn't it? It's an argument of convenience.
They used a Caltech 9. It's a 9mm. They didn't use an AR-15.
No, not
a Tech 9.
That's what happened in the Pulse nightclub. The guy didn't use an AR-15. Didn't stop him from widely reporting that.
No, it's not a Tech 9. It's a Caltech 9mm.
You don't even need like an automatic. It was fucking. What was it 3 teachers and 3 children? Like, no, you can't really go down the route of going, well, if guns were banned, then that wouldn't have been an issue, because you can easily chase down 3 kids with a knife and still kill them. Like, if this person wanted to kill people, they were going to kill people, and I've got a fucking narwhal tusk. Like, I can bet on that.
So here is a Tech 9. This is an OG Tech 9.
Sweet.
And here is a Caltech 9mm. Caltech being the brand, by the way.
Is it just like an automatic pistol then?
No.
Yeah, not automatic, but yeah, pistol.
Well, okay, well, you know what I'm saying. I'm not down with the shooty lingo.
And here is a Caltech 9. It is a very different thing.
Oh, wow, yeah, okay, big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what would happen if you point that out to somebody and show them the 2 different pictures. It's like, oh, you're picking it's a minor difference. So we're talking any kind of military assault style weapon, and that would be enough for the audience that's in support of it. Moving on, right?
Please like and subscribe.
Nashville shooter Aubrey Hale was heartbroken over the death of a friend who they may have been infatuated with. Why are we running interference and trying to justify the actions of it? And I don't even know if it's a her to him or a him to her or whatever. Why are we running interference, and not only that, but apologetics for someone who killed 3 kids and 3 adults?
That is unfortunately what I've been seeing a lot of, is people fucking straight up defending this massacre because of the gender affiliation of the shooter involved. That is very, very sad to see. It's like people have lost all humanity when it comes to social politics. Social politics is meant to be about having humanity.
Cat Whatever is a reporter for WAPO who said, I don't condone Audrey Hale actions, though I understand their outrage against an intolerant state that brainwashes children through religious indoctrination. Shut the fuck up.
The thing is, like, both sides of the lobby are rubbing their scaly little hands together about this. You've got, fucking really, really fucking far right people going, like, finally we got something that we can actually use against trans people. And we've also got trans people going, finally we can complain about being oppressed even more.
Where the fuck is my bell? fine. We're running late anyway. Audrey Hale's parents couldn't accept their daughter's trans identity. But what's interesting is that's not the headline here. The school shooting live updates.
Let's go! Content there, buddy.
So it's her parents couldn't accept her. That was an article they wrote, and we're just going to click on it. It's live updates. They just took that one down. They couldn't handle the heat from that.
Yeah.
Without justifiable reason to use force, without her resisting arrest, transphobic police officer shot the suspect dead.
I don't think gender really matters in this situation, Sin. I think it's more about stopping the killings.
You would think.
Yeah. But then everything's got a fucking political sway to it, hasn't it? And look what America did with COVID. You turn that into a fucking political thing. Freedom is a political thing. Fucking VPNs are political right now. And now fucking murder is as well. Oh, well, just like, the ginger tits said, would those children still be alive if there wasn't legislation, anti-trans legislation? No, because this guy was fucking deranged. That's what murderers are.
I don't even know if I would call this deranged as much as I would call it complicity.
It's just people.
I don't know. I got to agree with Drunkle on it. That it slips the mask completely that you don't really fucking care about dead children because
they don't.
Now you're silent when it's. Wait, we still have dead children here committed with a firearm. Oh, but now there's another overriding issue. So you never really did care.
Do you remember that? Because there was a rhetoric around it, obviously, every time it happens. And it happens. I mean,
I changed the stream goal, by the way.
Two mass shootings is 3 too many, But then every time it comes up, there's always a fucking conversation about fucking gun control. And one side's going, no, we need to fucking ban guns. We need gun control. I mean, hey, yeah. Like, there is gun control. It didn't fucking work. I know. Let's make murder illegal. See if that changes anything. And then there's also other people saying, well, actually, no, this person is obviously mentally ill. What you need is to put more funding into treating mental illness. Okay, fine. But then this is all changed right now, hasn't it? Now the people who were saying we need fucking gun control are saying, but she was mentally ill. Because of the fucking socially political agenda behind this. And it is an agenda. And everyone on both sides of the lobby are rubbing their fucking wanky little fucking fingers together going, I can use this. The mask has slipped. The mask was barely on in the first place. They don't care. Everything's got an agenda. Even kids dying. It's fucking sad.
It's not sad. It's deranged and disgusting. I hate everything that's happening here. I changed the stream goal to these fuckers because I don't even know what to categorize them as. These are people justifying a school shooting that left 3 kids under 10 dead because transphobia is running rampant. I don't not only believe that, but that's not justification.
No, certainly not. And to be in fairness, did the police need to go in and shoot the shooter? No, because statistics say they would have done that themselves.
Oh boy. Anyway, they're gonna release the manifesto that this woman
too close to the
put out.
Phone? No.
Listen. Oh, is this the clip you were talking about, Polly?
This is the one.
Okay. So I did grab it. Good.
All right, that is Police Chief John Drake of Nashville.
In real time.
Briefing reporters on the deadly grade school shooting in Nashville at the Covenant School there this morning. The police confirming 6.
JTR in the chat said, a manifesto. You're a fucking scumbag and I love you.
Dead, 3 children, 1 8 years old, 2 9 years old, and 3 adults, including Catherine Kuntz, who is the head of the Covenant School. The police chief also said that the shooter has been identified as 28-year-old female Audrey Hale. He said she's a former student of the school and confirmed that Audrey Hale was identified herself as a transgender person. State of Tennessee.
I saw the fucking buffering symbol pop up on his forehead right there.
Yeah, you some choke on it, right? And notice how the way he said female with particular emphasis on it. Yeah, wait, it's just in real time. Watch him turn into. Good God.
It's just so fucking mental that this is the one and only time that people are interested in the motives behind it.
I'm going to pull it back where I'm going to play this all the way through.
Okay.
All right, that is Police Chief John Drake of Nashville, who is briefing reporters on the deadly grade school shooting in Nashville at the Covenant School there this morning. The police confirming 6 dead, 3 children, 1 8 years old, 2 9 years old, and 3 adults, including Catherine Kuntz, who is the head of the Covenant School. The police chief also said that the shooter has been identified as 28-year-old female Audrey Hale. He said she's a former student of the school and confirmed that Audrey Hale was identified herself as a transgender person. State of Tennessee earlier this month passed and the governor signed a bill that banned transgender medical care for minors, as well as a law that prohibited adult entertainment, including male and female impersonators, after a series of drag show controversies in that state.
You see how the guy keeps looking to his left?
Yeah, I was getting
Jesus fuck.
He had it written down.
Getting an update because they run off an auto cue, right? So that's so you can look at the screen. However, obviously the auto cue is being updated here, which is why he's going down and checking his notes. And then he's probably been given a fresh script, has just been slidden across. Either it's a fresh script and that's why he keeps looking away, or you got the producers in his earpiece going, "John, no!"
Yeah.
Stop
I counted
it!
just for my own information. From the moment he said, including 3 children, it was 26 seconds until he entered a justification for it. 26 seconds is all it took.
How do these people live with themselves?
I don't know how it's like that. I can't understand somebody not walking away from that news desk thinking, God, that felt awful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can't think of any other context where this would be okay.
No matter how you feel about whatever fucking, you got anti-trans laws and everything, it doesn't matter. What was these children's crime?
That's what I mean.
You
Being
went there
Christian.
targeting children specifically.
Yeah, but that apparently was part of a crime because, like I said, state of Tennessee, religious indoctrination. You will fall in line with our secular indoctrination instead. Wait, what?
You'll fall in line or else.
Yeah.
There's
places
and
here.
it is or else. Yeah.
You missed us talking about the fucking news entertainment industry's hot takes on, well, you know, the government of Tennessee is really to blame.
It's all yours. Beam cannon fire!
Bad timing. The worst part about
that was terrible. Fucking hell.
the worst part about this whole thing is the very minor amount of trans community standing strong and disavowing this murderer. A proper response would have been that they don't deflect the views of reflect. I think you meant the views of the trans community. Fuck them. That's what I'm seeing the most of is trans people going, I don't agree with this. And I think it's important that us, especially with this audience, we realize that this person is not representative of trans people writ large.
Or humans.
This is just a fucking cunt.
It's an absolute fucking piece of
and
shit.
Most importantly, the media reporting on this are not representative of people writ large. These are people who personally profit off of this. Like this headline right here. Misgendering the Nashville shooter dishonors the memory of his victims.
How the fuck does that work? And I've seen a lot of it. I mean, I mentioned Reddit is the fucking bowels of the internet, and people talking about this, and and fucking people go in and correct commenters on on the gender pronouns. They go, just because they were a shooter doesn't mean they don't deserve respect. No, they don't fucking deserve respect.
I've got to be honest. I've seen more people who are part of the LGBT community disavowing and distancing themselves from this
than
I have seen straight white women and news media entertainers justifying it. But still, the justification is worse.
It's disgusting. I mean, that dishonors the memory of his victims. Holy shit. You go, but it's using the correct pronouns is basic human decency. You know what else is basic human decency?
Not shooting
killing
children?
Corman Thomas threw $3. He said, it's this kind of repugnant mask-off shit is why I reject and despise the political alphabet people, because they're more interested in ideology than even their own people because of the greater good. I mean, mate, 100%. And Gulf City Librarian, again, for the Ricky Spanish, says, solid reference. Where's your tip jar? Right here, motherfucker. Right here. Thank you very much, guys.
Oh my God. Why is Ed so fucking stupid lately? Christianity is anti-murder. Is anyone who's anti-murder Christian? Satanism isn't just opposed to whatever Christians. Ed
likes an online argument, though, dude. This is sport for him, man.
He deliberately provokes it. Come on.
Yeah, he loves it. And we love him for it.
They've been laughing since I can remember.
Great.
But they're not gonna laugh anymore.
Oh, we're just going to truck right past that. Fear pervades Tennessee's trans community amid focus on a Nashville shooter's gender identity.
Right, because...
Thank you, Gamer Feline, for the 1075. You asked too soon. Yeah, you damn well know it was. You damn well know it
show
was.
Gratitude for that, Polly. You refund that right now.
Yeah, you tell Valine to drop that in a dono that's better, like the fucking cookies or something. Listen to... And by the way, so far, all we've talked about are citizens and journalists, and I do delineate them differently because I don't view journalists as people. But here is Sideshow Mel, or as Shelley likes to call her, Cringe Jean-Pierre. Listen to what she has to say about it.
What I will say to Republicans in Congress is, what are you going to say to these parents? What are you going to say to these families? What I will say.
Congress, what are you going to say? Well, how about we talk about this?
Many more children have to be murdered before Republicans in Congress will step up and act to pass the assault weapons ban.
How many more children have to be killed before you upwardly transfer your freedoms to the Biden government to dictate what you can or cannot own as a private citizen? That's what she's saying.
And sadly, that is the view that a lot of people are taking.
Footage shows the shooter had a Caltech, not an AR-15, which is important. So we had all these people. Let's see what the president of the United States, Joseph Biden. So we had citizens, journalists who are not people, and we have had the press secretary. Let's see what the president has to say about it. Are you ready?
My name is Joe Biden.
Solid opener.
Just it's the 1575 ad nauseum.
My name is Joe Biden. I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I eat Jenny's ice
Reading
cream,
the
chocolate
reminders
chip.
written on his feet. You are Joe Biden.
No, listen.
I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip. I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream. By the way, I have a whole refrigerator full upstairs.
He's talking about ice cream and he doesn't blink for 19 seconds.
My name is Joe Biden. I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip. I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream. By the way, I have a whole refrigerator full upstairs.
Good God, he didn't blink.
That was his...
Dextroephedrine can only do so much.
That was his official statement about the shooting. That's how he opened it.
What is the other... Oh, wait, hold on. It wasn't dextroamphetamine, I meant. There's only so many uppers you can give an old man to make him fucking You know, you can stop him from blinking. You can keep him fucking vertical, but you can't make him make sense.
I think he's dead and no one's told him yet.
Yeah, it's just the Grim Reaper is like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll get to it.
This is the single most ghoulish response I have heard about the whole thing. Fuck the people justifying it. The president came out and said, well, I like ice cream. Ice cream's pretty good. Have you ever had ice cream? Ice cream's delicious.
Now, imagine, just for a moment, that was Trump.
Oh, man. You're not tired of saying that yet?
He'd have been arrested.
Yeah. There would have been riots outside of the fucking White House. Jesus.
Yeah.
He would have been impeached.
Yeah. For dereliction of duty or some other trumped up charge. Yeah.
Hey!
Now, listen to this. This was caught on a hot mic.
Down here? Yes, sir. Down the ramp. And we have people lined up on the left over here. Some union leaders and workers.
Hey, guys and ladies.
Your mark is going to be the blue one to the left.
How y'all doing?
You've got a blue mark, and that's okay.
I'll stand my blue mark, and then I'm going to say load each one of you.
Yes, sir. I'll help you get started.
Now, the shitty thing about this is, I don't know if it's fake or not.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking like, is that's really, really clear. That's
it's not only is it, but it's not bad, but it's bad.
But I don't understand what the issue is. Is it the mark or?
It's him directing, like right there before you walk outside. Look, we're going to go down the ramp. We're going to walk to the
man,
right.
you don't talk that condescendingly to a small child you're taking out in public. Now we're coming up, and I don't want you acting up. You understand? Like that was the tone. It was helping a very, very old man along. Not a world leader.
I don't know, man. I think if that were to be a hot mic with any other president, you'd hear much the same thing. Like this direction for political theatre. He's about to do a fucking speech. He's going to meet some people and fucking do a televised speech, right? That's why he has a mark. I think that's actually probably pretty standard.
But you want to see something fucking hilarious that I laughed at for like 5 minutes straight? A palate cleanser? Are you ready?
Yes.
God, fucking hold on.
Jesus, you laugh pretty easy. Oh, okay, here we go.
All right.
Oh God, is that Down syndrome? No, I'm gonna laugh horribly now.
You know why I pulled you over?
Because I was speeding?
No, because you're black. We're supposed to pull people over if they're black. I'm supposed to hit you with this now, okay?
What? No way!
Yes, Ray. Please get on the ground so I can beat you.
No, you can't go around beating people with clubs.
Well, maybe you can't, but I'm LAPD. I have a quota.
Oh God, the fact that he's got Down syndrome just makes it even funnier.
Let's do it one more time.
Stop. You know why I pulled you over?
Because I was speeding?
That's a Remy, by the way.
What?
Remy from House of Cards.
Oh, right, sorry.
No, because you're black. We're supposed to pull people over if they're black. I'm supposed to hit you with this now, okay?
What? No way!
Yes, Ray. Please get on the ground so I can beat you.
No, you can't go around beating people with clubs.
Well, maybe you can't, but I'm LAPD. I have a quota. Okay, stop.
All right, maybe it's just me. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
No, I'll tell you, because I did a fucking 6-week play with there was a kid with Down syndrome. Actually, he was older than me. I call him a kid. And dude, this guy had the best fucking sense of humor ever. Like I think a lot of people, because someone's got Down syndrome, they're just like, oh, he's special needs. Nah, man, I'll tell you what, some of them are fucking hilarious, man.
Oh God, people.
Out to you, Nathan. Miss you, buddy.
And Polly, I got this one for you.
All right.
Do you like a lazy day out in nature? You just want to float down a river?
Mm-hmm.
Look
As long
at
as
fish.
it's not full of methanol.
Look at fish. Look at trees, etc. I might have a new way for you to enjoy that. I think this is something you and I could do together.
Oh.
Oh my God!
You guys should really come out here.
He's only doing that because he learned a bunch of fish are called to school.
Nice.
For the love of God, please link the Downy PT.
That's fucking awesome.
Hey, the water's nice. You guys should really come out here.
It's so cool.
I'll link the Downy PD. Oh, fuck. We went way over, and I made an active effort to fucking cut the news down.
Dude, we all do it, no matter how... I've sat there, I've gone, that's too many, I could get rid of that, and it's still too many. It's just what happens. I think we've got to fucking just acknowledge it.
I think we might have to, yeah. But okay, that's it. Missin and I have to go to a fucking 80s party here in like 10 minutes. Hopefully the lazy bitch put my clothes out like I need them. Bakeface, message me after the show. I got to talk to you about the thing we were planning on and how I have to reschedule it because I'm a fucking terrible human. But you and I got to talk. That's it. Polly showed up earlier, so he wins the game tonight.
Damn it.
Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Wait, hold on. Do you guys have anything you want to show before we get out of here?
I'll be heading over to twitch.tv/DrunkenPlays. We're going to continue saving humanity in the most ridiculous way possible. Playing XCOM. Tonight's show is going to be called XCOM Give It To You.
Nice. Drunkle, have you done a Scumbag Geralt playthrough?
You mean being an asshole?
Yeah, like you kill the fucking, you kill the succubus, that kind of shit. You sell Siri.
I'm currently on that playthrough. I'm calling it the Bad Boy Edition, because then when I get to doing it again, or rather New Game Plus, I still have all the ingredients, and there's some ingredients you can only get by like killing the succubus. So I'm doing the Bad Boy Edition, and then my New Game Plus will be what I would do. So I'm doing 2 asshole playthroughs, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I would like to at some point do a like just to stream the Witcher 3 would be fun. I've done like boss fights, the fucking Toad Prince and shit like that, but I am really enjoying the Witcher 3. Polly, do you have anything you want to show before we get out of here and play the horsecock?
I actually don't know. Might be doing a noir, but I have failed to find out whether or not I'm hurting cats. So there might be.
What you should do is.
Oh, there's Sam in chat asking any chance of a stiff drink later. Well, maybe Sam's down. I got to check with our Australian contingent and see what's going on there. So there might be a noir. There might be.
Ooh.
You should get Pummel Party, Polly, on Steam.
Then what'll happen?
And
then we will play Pummel Party.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Have you gotten Hollow Knight yet, Sin?
No, but after tonight, I think I'll be able to pick it up. But okay, guys. I have a video going up on the Speakeasy and a video going up on the Sin and Sash channel. Go check that out. And per Fastonia's call, here you go with this one.
Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock. You need horse cock, a horse cock. Grab the loop and slam the deck away. As I take more cock, horse cock. Shut the door and turn the lock. Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me say it.
Guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Thank you for all the incredible donations tonight. Everybody have a lovely evening. I'm sure Miss Sin will post pictures of us at the 80s party on Twitter. I will catch y'all later. Have a good night, everybody. Wait. Where can they find us next?
Yeah.
We're going to be back on Monday on the Drunken Uncle channel at 10:30 p.m. GMT, 5:30 p.m. AST, 4:30 Central, and 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island, Sinatra says.
Fantabulous, guys. Good night.